radio every Sunday. It's DJ Fish Show. On your radio every Sunday. It's DJ Fish Show.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Messi fans. Good afternoon, football fans. Good afternoon, World Cup fans. What am I doing on here? Good afternoon, each and everyone. Good evening or good morning, wherever you may be. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of your favorite Sunday infotainment music for your quality feet. And it's our last show for the year 2022. Next Sunday is Christmas Day. You don't expect us to go live on Christmas Day. We might go live just for shaking on our own phones and all that, but definitely not a full 3-hour show of MQF. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As usual, tell a friend to let a friend know that we live on YouTube, live on Zoom, live on Odadia Radio, broadcasting out of Accra, and live on Afrostar Radio, broadcasting out of Washington, D.C. And Facebook, we have you on for a little bit today. Facebook fans, good afternoon. Nice to see you. You know, at some point in time, you'll go, hey, Dennis, Charlie Dennis, you are enjoying a crap. At some point, it will go off, so you can catch us live on YouTube. Maureen, how are you? Mam, yes, Ellis. So a couple of months ago, we had Carl Tufo on the show. We're talking World Cup. Everybody was saying the Qatar World Cup will be problematic. It's in the middle of the winter season. They have human rights issues. It's a horrible place to host an organization. My goodness. In terms of football, what a tournament it's been, huh? 32 teams. How many of you came up with France-Argentina final and a 3-3 game in the final of the World Cup? World Cup finals are always a little dodgy. Everybody's on edge, so it's a very defensive game. Not this one. No, not this one. This one was a show. Golden Boy got his goal first. Di Maria tops it up. We have about 25 minutes to round it up. And then the Cameroonian boy scores twice. Hey! Mbappe. Extra time. Golden Boy scores again. 3-2. Argentina is jumping up and down. I'm a Messi fan, not exactly an Argentina fan, but a Messi fan. And you might think the World Cup is over, but no. The boy from Cameroon and Algeria scores again. Mbappe, 3-3. Oh, my word. And then it's penalties, and you know what happens during penalties, man. If you know your football well, you know, at that point in time, it definitely had to be Argentina winning that one. But it was a good game, and so to Qatar, Charlie, you've got us a good tournament. Well organized. I like the robe that they put on Messi, man. I haven't been to Twitter. I'm sure, as usual, people are saying a whole lot of stuff. But I thought it was a good traditional thing from the Qataris. And so that was a good thing to see. Messi wins it all. Of course, the arguments will be going around. Greatest of all time. I don't know. I usually don't like arguments like that. The greatest of all time. I think in our generation, yes. Of all time, it's hard to compare. Pele, when Pele was playing, the ball was different. It wasn't like this one. It was much heavier. Another time, yellow cards and red cards were not like what it is right now. They went out to intentionally kick you, to hurt you physically. That's why in 1966 he didn't play in the final. He went out to kick your leg. I mean, the things we're going through in that era, no footballer can go through today. So it's hard. I really don't like it when people get up and compare Pele and even Maradona. You can't. That era was totally different. And Maradona took a useless team in Italy, Napoli, at that time. Took them to Champions League. That guy, man, different ball game, man. But it's a nice discussion to have. The only two maybe you want to compare will be Ronaldo and Messi. And that one, Charlie, if you don't have a winner, no, wallow, walla. The World Cup is over. Music still continues. As we enter, we are deep inside the Christmas season. Today is December 18th. If as at now you haven't finished your Christmas shopping, or if I'm not finished, maybe people haven't finished. But if you haven't started your Christmas shopping, you're a genius. I hail you, man. Salute. Last year I was like that. I think I started like 23rd, man. But it's all good, man. It's good to have each and everyone out here as we welcome you to yet another episode. Last week we had a fun show, and getting to the end, we had some difficulties with YouTube. We went off, and so I played some gospel songs. And then we had a little bit of discussion, which just a few people on Zoom got to listen to. And it was funny. We talked about mental health and the struggles connected to that. And then was it on Wednesday or Thursday, DJ Twitch, passed away suddenly. Suicide, and then the issues of mental health came up again. And all throughout the week, I'd been receiving messages about, people going through their own mental health challenges and the fact that, we should reach out to one another, we should connect with one another. And I remember my wife even saying that sometimes the people who look the happiest are the ones you should be afraid of, you should be worried for. And she was using me as an example. I'm always out there jumping. And I thought about it and I said it could be true, but just reaching out people. I'm just wondering if just before he did what he did, he had a phone call from a friend of his. Would it have changed things? Of course, we know he couldn't have received a phone call because his phone was on airplane mode. But reaching out to people, I'm a member of Motown 87, and we're a huge group. 87, we're almost 300, 200 and something on the WhatsApp forum. So it can get very busy sometimes. But one good thing that we do on that platform is very often we reach out. I mean, somebody will come up and say, this month, it's reaching out to one another. So call 4 friends, right? So everybody's committed to calling 4 classmates just to find out how you're doing, check up on one another. And it's very cool. Interacting with somebody, talking to somebody different from texting. And so that's one thing, reach out to a friend. It was actually Cray. My friend Maud, I always scream Maud and Cray. It was Cray who came up with that. And we're doing that consistently. Reach out to a friend, just check up on them. And on the side, I'm telling you, there are people who have felt very, 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 I don't even relief is a good word, but encouraged by receiving just a call from somebody just to find out how you're doing. How are you? So if we can keep that going, especially through the winter seasons or through the holiday seasons, where it says a lot of people get depressed, a lot of people feel sad during the holiday months. But I'm no expert, so I'm not going to give any advice upon that with that. But later in the show, at the usual interview time, 5:15, about an hour and a half from now, we'll have Dr. Ralph. What's Ralph's name? Dr. Ralph Monty, a psychiatrist from the University of Maryland. Dr. Ralph will be here on the show. We'll talk to him a little bit about mental health, signs we should look out for, things we can do to make ourselves feel better and others feel better as well. So Dr. Monty will be on midway through the show, 5:30 p.m. As usual, I'll be grateful if you can join us on Zoom, join us on YouTube, and keep your questions coming through the various chat channels. And of course, if our goal is to help people out, one way in which we can do that is to share the link for today's program. So you can do that one way or the other, your own forums, your own class forums, your own family forums, just share. There might be that one person who this is the show that they need to listen to, or this is the show that they want to listen to. Of course, another thing we set up last week was the MQF Heart Project. The MQF Heart Project. So every year since we started the show, we reach out to an orphanage or hospital one way or the other and help them put a smile on their face. So the MQF Heart Project reaches an orphanage in Ghana to support, beginning with a Christmas party and continuing throughout the following year with donations of food, clothing, books. We're getting books from When I Grow Up. I'm sure we'll see that later in the show. That we're taking to the orphanage over in Ashaliboche Nyamidia. It's the name of the orphanage. We'll be having that party on January 4th. We've gotten a good children's play company supplying us the bouncing castle, trampolines. You know, Nana Sapo will be on the trampoline. That they'll be there. We're working on all regions, the restaurants in Ghana run by our good friend Chewizi. Chewizi will be handling the catering for the Christmas party over at the orphanage. And several of you have actually sent out clothing. I mean, I was shocked. I didn't even know all that, but people have sent out that, and of course, the countless number of you who sent out donations. What even touches me is the kids. I'm gonna say children. I had my own nephews and nieces sending out $20 here, $25 here for the kids at Christmas. Very, very touching. Otuko always on the show, sending out her own widow's mite. Otuko sent 20 pounds. Her father sent her 50 pounds for Christmas. She took 20 pounds and said, Uncle Fisher, this is for the kids at Christmas. Oh, so thank you. My own children, I have 3 kids. 2 of them have donated to the foundation. 1 hasn't. I have 2 girls and a boy. I'll give you a guess who has it. And of course, I'm sure we'll do that down the line. So thank you. Today we'll talk more about the MQF Heart Project. And we invite you to join us in the mission to help, to care for, and to build the self-esteem of these vulnerable children, which is the goal for us this year and for next year. So it's an exciting time ahead. 180 minutes of music, of interaction, and a conversation with our vendors. Look, we've had wonderful vendors come to us throughout the year. We'll have some of them on the show today. I know for sure Jules will be on. So we'll talk to Jules. There are a few other vendors I'm not too sure. There was one who was supposed to come on earlier, but something cropped up. She has a delivery to do, so she can't really make it. A few others we'll see. Heartwise, I've been called Heartwise. Let me call Heartwise. We'll get Belinda, get Heartwise on. We'll get Heartwise on the show. And anybody else you want to get on, you can hit me up and we'll get you on one way or the other. What are you doing for us over the Christmas? What can we get from you? Hampers? Do you have hampers? Do you have clothing? Do you have bags? Do you have whatever do you have for us? Let us know. We'll give you an opportunity to reach out to the audience. Show brought to you each and every week by kind courtesy of Remitly. Hey, the dollar. Hey. So I know we're having this party in Ghana for the orphanage, right? So I've made some budget for certain things. You speaking to vendors and all that. Instead of sending the money when dollar was 13, 14, 12, I didn't. Today, 7.9, 7.8. Hey! So my friends over in Ghana who are buying dollars to pay for baby school fees or stuff like that, I'm sure you have wide smiles on your face. For those of us coming for Christmas, for the holidays in Ghana, wait. So I know that it used to rise like daily, 7 cities, 8 cities, 9, 10. But the drop from like 14 to 8, it was like 3-4 days. How on earth did it happen? Hey! You pay me. I mean, I had to make some payment to Tema on like Wednesday. I said, oh, let me send money from here. I said, no, let me just use CDs from my Ghana account. What the heck? The next day, the magic started happening. So the CD was much stronger than ever. I should have used the dollars like that. Anyway, Charlie, it's all good, man. You win some, you lose some. I guess a stronger CD helps the Ghana economy, right? So we should be happy. And it's probably not just the CD. I think maybe the dollar getting weaker all around the world. So the advantages are there. But it's all good, man. Hey, Accra, you will come, Accra. The Christmas will come again. Anyway, welcome, man. If you want to send money to friends and family, the right money transfer to use is what? Remitly. Hey, I saw plenty of you complaining. Hey, I sent money through this one. It starts with S. It was 8 something. I sent money through this one. It starts with W. It was 8 something. So I go to my Remitly and try and see how much it is. Hey, it was still 10.2. I said, let me send it quickly in case the thing changes midway. True. The rates were good. It is Remitly. You know what you have to do, right? Just download the app on your phone, check out the rates available, and you can send money to friends or family over in Ghana. Or you can even send it yourself when you visit. Don't fly with too much money in your back pocket. You might drop it somewhere on the flight, and that's it. You're making somebody's Christmas merry, and you're sad. The only way to guarantee your money getting to you safely is what? Transferring money to yourself using Remitly. So welcome to yet another edition of the show. We're glad to have you here. The doc will be on, the psychiatrist later in the show. A vendors will be on later in the show. We'll be talking about the MQF Heart Foundation or Heart Project during the show. And of course, there will be music through it all. The name is still the same. This is a coffee show. Glad to be with you wherever you are. Stay tuned.
On your radio every Sunday, it's DJ Fish Show.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a lots of good cheer.
We surely do that. Merry Christmas to each and everyone out there. For those of you who don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays, man. Enjoy the season. Oh, I was going to talk about last night. Last night. Remember I talked about University of Ghana, old students, alumni, and the Old Vandals Association alumni also. Lovely Christmas party last night at Ellicott City, La Fontainebleau. It was wonderful. I mean, you know, organizers, they always panic before the event. Hey, are people coming? We've sold only 60% of tickets. At some point, there were no seats available, which was a good problem to have, man. We sorted it all out. So congrats to all the organizations, all the organizers, University of Ghana alumni, Old Vandals Association, EMV area. Next year, it will be even bigger. Watch out for that, man. So congrats. Kung Fu, Eva, everybody behind the scenes, man.
Wish you a Merry Christmas.
Each and everybody.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
One more time, people.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
And what else?
And a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. cheers.
Me, mala. Me, mala.
Bang dong ding 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 long ding long ding long bang bang ding 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 ding. I saw Santa Claus coming down the chimney. He did not bring no toys for me. He say I was not a little baby. Bang bang ding 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 ding.
I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Christmas comes but once a year. Let's get together and have good cheer. It is Christmas time, so let us have a nice time. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's Christmas time, we must reason together, for it's the season. Come on, little ones, let's get together. It's Christmas time again.
I'll bring you good tidings. I wish you my wife. I wish you love and happiness and keep in good health.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Lord, now I wish you a Merry Christmas, you better dedicate it to you from us, Tyler. This and that good will to all mankind, and I hope that you're feeling well, fine. Second, a friend of yours is a good friend of mine. A friend of yours is a good friend of mine. We get together, have a good time. Good friend is just like a vintage wine.
Greetings. This is Freddie McGregor here, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hello, good people. This is Peter Braggs, wishing you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hey to all you lovely people out there. This is Dan Carlos along with Glennis, wishing you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hello, this is Dr. Dread. I hope everyone out there has a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi, this is JC Lodge, and I want to wish you all the merriest Christmas ever. But don't overdo it now.
Hi, I'm Mickey Mouse, and I'm 6 feet 6 tall above your Christmas tree. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, each and everyone out there. Holiday season, stay safe. Don't ring in here, Dr. Nkrumah. Hey!
Now this is Daddy Mitch again. I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and I hope that you're very cool and a Happy New Year.
Now this is the general saying, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Christmas season it is, a lovely time for most people. And with all the festivities going on, Holy Child, Old Students Association, Holy Child Alumni, 24th night, right here on Zoom and of course on Facebook. We'll be with them, man. We've had a wonderful 24th with Holy Child last year and the year before, and the same will happen 24th night.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Live on Zoom, live on Facebook, live on YouTube.
It is to ride and a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to
thinking of what song to play next. And my mind is all over the place. Who cares? All I know is that we're live in Kentucky. Dr. Kweku Obin, man, good afternoon to be with you. It was actually Kweku Obin who started the Call a Friend. Dashing through the snow. Only one horse open sleigh. I love it all the way.
Bells and buckles ring, making spirits bright. What a fun it is to ride and sing sleighing songs tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
On the first day of Christmas, Jah gave to me the earth and all its beauty. On the second day of Christmas, Jah gave to me the sun, moon and star, on the earth and all its beauty.
On your radio every Sunday, it's the DJ Fish
Day
Show.
of Christmas, Jah gave to me all living things on the earth and all its beauty. On the fourth day of Christmas, Jah gave to me my intelligence on the earth and all its beauty. On the fifth day of Christmas, Jah gave to me my sweet woman, my intelligence, all living things, sun, moon and star, on the earth and all its beauty. On the sixth day of Christmas, Jah gave to me a pretty baby on the earth and all its beauty. On the seventh day of Christmas, Jah gave to me food, clothes and shelter on the earth and all its beauty. On the eighth day of Christmas, Jah gave to me health and strength on the earth and all its beauty. On the ninth day of Christmas, Jah gave to me happiness and contentment on the earth and all its beauty. On the 10th day of Christmas, Jah gave to me peace, love and joy on the earth and all its beauty. On the 11th day of Christmas, Jah gave to me my resting place on the earth and all its beauty. On the 12th day of Christmas, Jah gave to me my soul reborn. Hallelujah. My intelligence, all living things, sun, moon and stars, on the earth and all its beauty. On the earth and all its beauty. On the first Jah gave to me. All living things on the earth and all its beauty. On the fourth day of Christmas, Jah gave to me my intelligence on the earth and all its beauty. On the fifth day of Christmas, Jah gave to me my sweet woman, my intelligence, all living things, sun, moon, and star, on the earth and all its beauty. On the sixth day of Christmas, Jah gave to me a pretty baby on the earth and all its beauty. On the seventh day of Christmas, Jah gave to me food, clothes, and shelter on the earth and all its beauty. On the eighth day of Christmas, Jah gave to me health and strength on the earth and all its beauty. On the ninth day of Christmas, Jah gave to me happiness and contentment on the earth and all its beauty. On the 10th day of Christmas, Jah gave to me peace, love, and joy on the earth and all its beauty. On the 11th day of Christmas, Jah gave to me my resting place on the earth and all its beauty. On the 12th
Hey, May Man Oko.
Jah gave to me
Bobbing his head like an East Coast rapper.
hallelujah. My intelligence, all living things, sun, moon, and stars, on the earth and all its beauty. On the earth and all its beauty.
All right then. Merry Christmas, each and every one. Thank you. Oko, Merry Christmas to you. And to your brother and to your sister. Friendsburg, thank you for a lovely 2022. All our listeners out there, thank you for all the support, man. We had no clue that this will run through yet another year. And it's all because of you. So all of you watching live on Facebook, live on Zoom, live on YouTube, thank you. Hey, Wolo, Tradition Man Wolo, man. That's a guest we're definitely having pretty soon, talking about his stuff. I don't know, Wolo, you got time to come on today, too. I mean, we'll do a proper interview in 2023, but if you're free today, hit me up on WhatsApp. We'll set that rolling. Ramadi, Kobe, Saksak, Charlie the London crew, man, always faithful to the core. Shirley, Maureen, Maud, Sweetie, Della, Doreen, hey. Thelma Tete, Kwame Chumesi.
changed lately. Yeah, yeah. There goes the pager. Then an hour later, it's time to go. But you don't tell me so. No, no, no. You say you're coming back, and I believe you're coming back. I want you for me. No, baby, without you got me. I'm hooked on your love. I know, baby. No, baby, without you got me hooked on everything. Oh, I tell myself you are mine and no one else. Yeah, can have you. Oh, yeah. Even though in jealousy, I've done it in the lead. But you don't know how much you mean to me. There goes the pager. Then an hour later, it's time to go. But you don't tell me so. Oh, no. You say you're coming back. I believe you're coming back. It's just not the same without you. No, no. Without you got me hooked on your love. Hey, 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 hey. No, no. Baby, without you got me hooked. I'm hooked back. Hey, 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 hey. No way, no way, no way, no way. Hooked on your loving. Hey, 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 hey. Ain't no way, ain't no way, babe. I'm hooked on you. Yeah, yeah,
Lyrically, First things first, I pop them. Freaks all the honeys, dummies, playboy bunnies, those wanting money. Those the ones I like, cause they don't get Nathan but penetration. Unless it smells like sanitation. Garbage, I turn like doorknobs. Heart throb never, black and ugly as ever. However, I stay Gucci down to the socks. Rings and watch filled with rocks. And my jam knocking your Mitsubishi. Girls pee-pee when they see me. Navajos creep me and they teepee. As I lay down laws like Island Coppet. Stop it, if you think you're gonna make a profit. Don't see my ones, don't see my guns, get it? Now tell your friends Papa hit it, then split it in two. As I flow with the Junior Mafia. I don't AstraZeneca, Waterloo crew. If you live in Waterloo and there's a train strike, does it affect you?
My dress is this and diamond neck.
It does?
Stretch Lexus is the sex is just immaculate. From the back I get deeper and deeper. Help you reach the climax that your man can't make. Call him, tell him you be home real late and sing the break. I got that good love, girl, you didn't know. I got that good love, girl, you didn't know. Sick of that song on how it's so long. Thought he worked his until I handled my biz. There I is, major pain like Damon Wayans. Low down dirty even like his brother Keenan scheming. Don't leave your girl around me, true player for real. Ask Puff Daddy.
Juice in the building.
Chanel, baby Benz traded in your Hyundai XL. Fully equipped CD changer with the cell. She beat me at 12. Where you at? Flipping job, playing car notes. While I'm swimming in your women like the breaststroke. Right stroke, left stroke was the best stroke. Death stroke, tongue all down the throat. Nothing left to do but send her home to you. I'm through. Can you sing the song for me, boo? I got that good love, girl, you didn't know. I got that good love, girl, you didn't know. What? So what's it gonna be, him or me? We can cruise the world with pearls, gator boots for girls. The envy of all women, crushed linen, Cartier wristwear with diamonds in them. The finest women I love with the passion. Your man's a wimp, I get that ass a good thrashing. High fashion, flying into all states, sexing me while your man. Isn't this great? Your flight leaves at 8, my flight lands at 9, my game just rewinds. Lyrically, I'm supposed to represent. I'm not only a client, I'm the player president. I got that good love, girl, you didn't know. I got that good love, girl, you didn't know.
Yo, hey, yo, boom, yo, hey, yo, dirty. So what's that supposed to be about, baby? Girl, free up your vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce on all the good times daily. Why you tryna pose like I be acting shady? What's that supposed to be about, baby? Girl, free up your vibe and stop acting crazy. Shonda Paula, give it a good loving daily. Now you tryna pose like I be acting shady.
You say you love me, but you're never there for me. Yeah. You'll be crying, slowly dying when I decide to leave. All we do is make up, then break up. Why don't we wake up and see? When love hurts, it won't work. Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let it breathe.
So what's that supposed to be about, baby? Get free up your back and stop acting crazy. Reminisce on all the good times daily. Why you tryna pose like I be acting shady?
You're only lonely when you're home. You ain't got a ride or no loot. Yeah. Then comes the drama. Some other girl is claiming she's going out with you. All we do is make up, then break up. Why don't we wake up and see? When love hurts, it won't work. Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let it breathe.
So what's that supposed to be about, baby? Get free up your back and stop acting crazy. To the fourth time, I make it very clear to you, you're very dear to me, and honor of me share to you, me not unfair to you. Woman, I want to really make you know that I will always join here to you. But me know me not no fear to you, me stand up like a man and I'll be there because I care for you. Long time you're telling me not a girl I compare to you. Woman, if you leave me now, I'm gonna shed a lot of tears for you. You want to breathe and still you're not exhaling. Say you want to leave cause this relationship failing. Ain't nobody said that it would be smooth sailing. Girl, I want to know why you're failing. Ship yo, so what's that supposed to be about, baby? Girl, free up your vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce on all the good times daily. Why you tryna pose like I be acting shady?
Yeah, more wet white star in the glass. Here's a toast to the food and let you slip through with no pass. All access, you can jump in the test. When we through parlaying, you dig what I'm saying? You look good, girl, but you look better if you was with me. Get in when you fit in. Let's do this VIP.
Look at you, shorty. You really got it going on. I like the way you're moving, girl, when the DJ plays this song. You looking real good to me. Good to me. Sitting in the VIP. You really need to get with me. Come on.
Yeah, come and get it, girl.
Still going. Body still going. Now people's everywhere. But I still have to stop and stare. Cause you're looking real good to me. So good. Sitting in the VIP. You really need to get with me. Oh yeah, baby. So come on, be with me. Shorty with me. I got what you need. Got what you need. Come on, be with me tonight, baby.
The silky voice of Keith Sweat. It reminds me of when I spent all my money in HMV, man, on CDs and records. Come on. Hey.
Rolling out in the land. Tell you what we'll do next. No little spot in town where we can fool around. Girl, I wanna turn you on. Make love all night long. You looking real good to me. See the night is young. Girl, there's never but. Just wanna lay you down. Hear those blue eyes sound. I wanna get with you. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Tell me what you wanna do. What you wanna do? So come on, be with me, Jordan. I got what you need. Come on, be with me tonight, baby. I got what you need.
Now I've seen a lot of girls, but none like you. You're red bone and thick, got it going on. Oh, cheating in the next room. I slid by the restroom and all I heard was zoom, zoom, zoom. I see you peeking, but you ain't speaking. Put your drink down, think now, stop tweaking. A once in a lifetime experience. Come get with me, it'll be luxurious. I'm serious and curious to find out what turns you on. I'm Snoop Doggy Dogg with the doggy bone. Hanging with Keith Sweat in this VIP section. Trying to give you more than the average affection. Type of mode, close the doors, it's going down. You never thought that Keith Sweat would hook up with the dog pound. Gangsta sponsors. Take time to listen, come get with me if we on the mission.
We'll be talking with some of our favorite vendors throughout the show today. Message of this song is simple. Be happy. Be happy. Be happy.
Time to let go. Sing. Yeah. Be happy. Okay.
Save the date is what you see on your screen right now. MQF Dinner Dance. June 17th, 2023. Third one coming up, man. MQF Heart Project, January 2023. MQF Cruise, April 2023. Dinner Dance, June 2023. Be happy. Was it Monday or Tuesday? I put something on Facebook about going to the African store and then picking up a bread, agege bread for like $8, and I was shocked. You can't be happy in the African store. It's tough times, man. But it's not. I speak, of course, from the consumer point of view. What about those who own the store and those who are working from that side? I'll see if we can get Hatwise on. Hatwise is one of our favorite African stores. We see if we can talk to Kweku and any moment from now. But social media is powerful, man. So I put that up, and who gets in touch with me a couple of days later? The baker, the guy who makes the agege bread. And of course, we had a conversation. He told me about they buy it at wholesale from his place, and it's the prerogative of the shops to name it. To price it as they wish. And if it's $8 at their place, means it's moving, and good luck to him, kudos to him. But that was cool. Agege bread. All I asked was for some some bread for us on the show, man. Who knows? It will come sometime in 2023. And we'll share it. If we can get Hatwise on, we'll have the conversation pretty soon.
If I can't love myself enough to know when it's time to let go. Sing, all I really want, yeah. To be happy. Oh, yeah. To find a love that's mine. It would be so sweet. Hey, all I really want is to be happy. I wanna be happy. I ask for a sign from a sweet Lord above. I know the answer is in front of me, but when you think you're in love, you only see what you want to see, and all I see is me for you and you for me. Oh, until I have the way I feel inside. I don't know why, but every day I wanna fly. If I give you one more try, to these rules for you will find. And if I mean anything to you, would it make everything alright? To be happy, to find a love that's mine, it would be so sweet. I said I wanna be happy. To be happy, oh, I wanna be happy. It would be so sweet. Find a love that's mine. Oh, it's so happy. Wanna be happy.
If you don't know how I feel for you, it's time I let all feelings show. I love you and I'll never let you go, no, baby. Right now, we're just friends, but I pray someday you surrender to love so tender. I won't push you as long as you know that my love is true. Get closer to you, baby. Hey, closer than just friends. I want to get closer to you, baby. Hey, closer than just friends. How about you? How about you? It's hard to explain when you're close to me. I get a warm sensation inside. I can't deny this. I want to try it each and every time you come by. Girl, I don't wanna lose your love by putting my cards on the table. You know I'm thankful for what we have, but I have feelings inside. They're so strong I can't hide. Closer to you, baby. I want to
Closer than just friends. Music in the background, appropriate for the information right up on your screen. MQF had donations throughout the past 2 years. Kindly supported, of course, by you. As we run it again for the third time this December, January.
I know you're probably thinking,
Focusing on an orphanage out of Ashalibotre. Nyamidia is the name.
but girl, when you're here,
So some of you have said, choosing a kit for Christmas.
when you're gone, I want you even more.
And we'll be the medium.
Girl,
So for those of you interested or donating,
your love by putting my cards on the table.
we invite you to join us in our mission to help to care and to build a self-esteem of the orphanage over, the children in the orphanage over at Nyamidia. Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or Momo over in Ghana.
How about you get closer, baby? and friends. Oh, baby, closer than just friends. How about you, baby? How about you, my baby, my baby? Oh, to you, lady. Closer than just me and you.
All right, then. Her name is Jules, and we've had her on the show a couple of times. And when Jules is on the show, most of the time she's talking about paying for Africa. This Christmas is not about that, man. We're talking about Jules bags, man. So let me drop this down, and then we'll talk to Jules. Music continues all the same. Hold on tight, man. It's a Christmas edition with some of our favorite vendors right here on the show. Hey, Jules, how are you?
I'm wonderful, Fisho. Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Charlie,
really good to be here.
Yeah, the last time we spoke, you were in Ghana, right? We're talking about paying for Africa.
Yes, I was. It was a busy October, and I came back with a completely, different outlook to where we're going next year and the direction in which we're going.
Wow, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
We'll talk about that much later. Today is about Jules bags, and I've had enough information from people about Jules bags and all that. Now I just thought it would be a good time for you to reach out to people and see what you have and how they can get it. I know that one. That's the one the leaf something, right?
Yes, this is the leaf bag inspired by the Wache leaf. So first, before I even continue, Fisho, I want to say to you and Belinda how truly proud I am of you guys for this initiative with this new foundation you've started. I am totally, totally humbled, Collectively, you guys do so much. You do in your own way. But Belinda, kudos, man. Listen, God bless you guys. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. And
yeah, the MQF
Charlie,
family
I'm here for you. Whichever way I can be of support and be part of, please let me know.
Absolutely.
So today we're going to open our 15-minute gig with the leaf bag. So this is a Wache inspired by the Wache leaf. It comes in 5 colors. It comes in purple, orange, red, brown, black, and of course the original green. You can wear it 3 ways. You can wear it as a short strap, a long strap, and a clutch. Today I'm using it as a clutch. So inside you have a beautiful lining. It's all lined. There's a zipper. And then inside you have pockets and all the wonderful compartments in there. This is your one strap and this is your second strap. Okay, so this bag, if you want to get a hold of me, you can hit me up on WhatsApp. You can hit me up on WhatsApp at 973-632-4828 and I'll give you the details. This clutch, for example, is $175. It is all 100% leather. You can feel the grain on this bag. It's a beautiful piece. We're going to move on.
What's the number again? Bag. Somebody just asked. Somebody asked for the number again.
So it's 973-632-4828. Now, starting the winter collection, I started this collection. I did about 5 different bags in this collection. I'm going to bring it close so you see. It is embroidered on leather. And this was inspired by none other than our local African print. The prints that have the circular look in them. So this also has a long chain and a strap inside. So you can go from a clutch to a crossbody. And it is an elegant, elegant bag. I give you a pocket in the back. There is compartments inside. And then inside, I also give you 3 credit card holders so that you can put your ID, your credit card. You don't have to bring your big purse, your big wallet with you if you don't need to do so. This comes in purple, it comes in green, and it comes in this color. Now, staying on the festive side, we also did this beautiful golden cream ensemble, which is in the same category as what you just saw. Okay, same thing is a long strap, is very detailed. All of this is embroidered, inspired by the Jeremy and the embroidery that we do in our clothes. That's it right there. Now we're gonna move on to the bigger bag. This is out of my luxury line for the people who want to give their wives a little bit more locks. This has beautiful feet. It is embossed cowhide looking like an alligator. So there's a bit of an alligator looking head right there. That's how you get into the bag. It looks like a doctor bag. You open it and it's lined beautifully. It is piped in leather. It is an absolutely gorgeous bag. This, I have only 2 of them left and it's been discontinued. I have a purple and a red and that's it. I sold out of them very quickly and we're moving on to other designs.
How much is that one?
This is $325. $325. These are $200. I forgot to tell you. The embroidered on leather is $200. On this show for today until Christmas, I will ship all your bags that you buy today for free.
There you go.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking
Now,
about.
for those who are interested in having a fun night, this is an absolutely gorgeous one. It has a crossbody as well as a handheld. It comes in blue, green, red, black, and cream. Okay, this is $175. If you look closely, it has a turtle head and it has, you see it right there. It's a beautiful piece of jewelry right on top. I'm going to pop it open for you to see what it looks like inside. This is the chain. Okay, you can shorten the strap and it's lined in black and it's a beautiful, beautiful piece as well. This is $175 and remember we ship to you for free all in the US. If you are outside of Ghana, it's going to take me a little bit, but I will get it to you.
UK,
Moving
what about
on.
the UK family?
We're bringing you a black bamboo Gucci inspired collection. This comes in orange, brown, green, green, and I think that's it. Orange, brown, green, and black.
And the black, of course.
For $185. Oh. It has a bamboo strap and it also has a crossbody strap inside of it. Okay. So how are we doing on time?
Oh, we're good.
Awesome. Let me bring you to something bigger and also luxurious. This is a Hermes inspired. And this, remember ladies, this is solid Italian leather bags. These are not imitation, they are inspired. Okay. I always give you a sample of the leather right here so you know what you're getting. This is the 35 cm size. These bags were designed 28, 30, 35, and 40. The 40 is the travel size, and we have all the sizes and numerous colors. This is it in cream. I've wrapped it in a scarf. You can tie it, you can wrap it. It opens up very nicely. There's a lock and key on this bag. It's a very personal bag. There's a lock and key. It opens beautifully. It's a good travel bag. You have a deep pocket and another zip pocket on this side. And again, it has beautiful feet and is designed to really carry a lot. It's a very durable bag. When you go to the smaller sizes, there is a strap that goes with it. Anything above 35 cm, there are no straps. It's only handheld. This bag is $250. I'm going to quickly flash the red for you to see the same thing in red, same size in red.
I'm learning a lot about bags today.
And this is another gorgeous one in red. This is another inspired Hermes. This is the 28 cm. This also comes up to 35 cm and it also has a lock. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is $185. Okay, so let me know.
Absolutely.
How are we doing for show on time?
Almost time to round up.
Almost time to round up. Let's do 2 more bags. This is my butterfly collection. This is an original by Jules. Again, you have your leather ensemble. This is another beautiful bag. Comes in 5 colors. Comes in the green, the orange, the red, the brown, the purple. And these are $225 each. It's been a pleasure being here, guys. Thank you so much. If you have last minute shopping, reach out to me quickly. I'll hook you up. I'll get it to you ASAP before Christmas. Okay?
Hey,
thank you,
I was going to ask you that, Jules. Guaranteed shipping before Christmas, right?
Once it leaves my door, I can't guarantee you. I'll pray that it gets to you.
Well, thank you so much. This is very cool. I'm sure people will reach out to you. If they have more questions, I'm sure you can gratefully
Yes,
answer
I am
them.
on WhatsApp. I have a catalog on WhatsApp. Reach out to me, 973-632-4828. And the collection is Jules Collection. Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, Jules Collection coming your way right now on MQF. As we give an opportunity for our vendors to reach out to you. All they're trying to do is save your marriage so you get some stuff ready for Christmas. And that's what we're doing right now. In the next 4 minutes, his name is Tradition Man Wolo.
Come on, let me kick a
Debut album released not too long ago.
little game to you. Come on.
And a single of that one, Come Home, doing the rounds, man. Nice music video and all that. We're talking briefly to Wolo. I'm sure he has CDs and stuff that can go around over the Christmas time. Wolo coming up next. And of course, at the halfway line, we'll be talking to Dr. Ralph, the psychologist or psychiatrist who will be with us on the show today. Stay tuned.
Come on, let me kick a little game to you. Baby, let me kick a little game to you. Come on, let me kick a little game to you. Baby, let me kick a little game to you.
I've been watching you, watching me, and I know you want it.
Come on, let me kick a little game to you.
Lean against the wall, checking out the scenery. All I see is everybody trying to get with me. So I continue to play a crazy, sexy, cool, lost all composure when I lay my eyes on you. Just wanna know if you can kick some game. Come with something more clever than just your name. See, it's like this. I wanna take you home, but you gotta show me that your game is on. So I've been watching you, watching me, and I know you want it, but it depends on how you kick your game. I've been watching you, watching me, and I know you want it, but it depends on how
Come
you
on, let me kick a little game to you.
Love's about to close, but you've only said a few words to me. I've been waiting.
Hey, no, Wolo can't come on when I'm playing R&B in the background. There has to be some rubber dub, man. Let me play some reggae before I introduce the guy on your screen right now.
Miss Lester, all I wanna do is kiss your hand and let you know I'm not just another fan. I am the man, and I don't give a damn about who you know. I got a 48-track studio back at the crib, so drop by. You know where I live. I see you all the time, but on another note, would you like to dance? No, I'm about to go and hang my coat.
You're in the mix with DJ Fisho.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sailing, sailing.
No, I must say this properly. My love for reggae started because of this guy, man. My neighbor from when I was a kid. We grew up together, same primary school, same secondary school, same university, same dorm, same everything. I mean, everything I know related to music is because of this guy, man, as far as reggae is concerned. And this is one of the songs we used to sing from dawn to dusk growing up. Let's go, big ship. Hey.
Say when I'm ready, you must hold on steady. We're moving off at lightning speed. Take a seat and wait till I'm ready. I'm coming, so hold on steady, yeah.
Big ships sailing on the ocean. We don't need no commotion. Big ships sailing on the ocean. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Say big ships sailing on the ocean. Big ships sailing on the ocean. Whoa, whoa, yeah. There's a time when the sea gets rough. The wind is blowing and the fishes keep moving. What are you doing, Mr. Man? Sit down, hold on tight, get ready, cause we're sailing. Big ship sailing on the ocean.
All right, so I've known this man all my life. I mean, from the diaper, not be diapers, we used to wear napkins. From the napkins till now.
Big ship sailing on the ocean.
And we did everything together. We ate together, snack time, we shared money together, everything. Then one day, 1985, so this first Form 4, Wolo comes to school and says, Charlie Fisher, this year, we will, I mean, I'm not gonna bring money. I'm saving my money, but you know, we can still eat together. I say, cool, not a big deal. I thought, you know, something serious. So, you know, we'll go dining hall, snack square, eating out of the chop box and everything. Then one day I asked, but I mean, what they go on? Your snack money, you bring money every semester. What's going on? He said, I'm saving to buy a guitar. I said, whoa, why? So one day I want to release a reggae album. I said, no, this you're never going to release a reggae album. You are never going to bring any songs. Bring the money, let's go shop. Then we started eating it all over again. Now, this was 1985. It's been so many years later. One day I get a call, Wolo's like, Charlie Fisher, I released song. I said, huh? And yes, for real, Wolo not only just released a single, but he released a whole album. And another time we'll talk more about it, but I just thought I had to talk about it today because I know you've been doing the rounds. First place, are you back in the US? Are you still in Ghana?
Yes, I've been back in the US since the 15th of November. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So how was it? How was it received in Ghana?
Man, I was surprised. I mean, but like many people are feeling like, man, this is something that should have been done a long time ago. The message was right on point. You know, we have a lot of people from the diaspora who are coming to Ghana right now. And I actually met a Jamaican guy. You know, he's called, I think his nickname is the Ganja Man. No, his nickname is the Ganja Farmer. You know, he's the uncle of the Morgan Heritage guys. And he actually came over to my shoot, you know, and he said, like, man, I've heard so many people from Jamaica say they want to go back to Africa. They've never heard an African musician invite people from the diaspora back into Africa before. So the moment he heard the song, he felt like he had to come over there and see who was singing, you know. And so, yeah, so it has been received well. It's on rotation on TV3, on Home Base, Foresight, and Bright. So it's on rotation in those places. It's, you know, there's a new information coming out maybe tomorrow, but I will spill a little bit here. Today, Come Home is the number 16 highest streaming song in Accra on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So on YouTube, we were number 16. I was waiting until it got into the top 10, but since I'm here with you, I'm going to say it. It's number 16 on the streaming charts. You know.
Oh, well done. Well done. I did say, I mean, we'll definitely have a full interview later, but just a little tip of the iceberg. I mean, have you had people come up? Because I'm sure we jumped the gun a little bit, but Wolo's single off the album is Come Home, which talks about, you know, people, repatriation, right? We going back home.
People,
And have you had any people come up to you and say, Wolo, you're talking about this, are you ready to move back yourself?
Yes, you know, and somebody put it very succinctly on Instagram. He said, you know, if you are not physically in Africa, at least mentally and spiritually, you should connect back to Africa. And that's what I keep preaching. Yes, I am ready to go back to Africa. I have actually started the movement slowly. You know, I've been to Ghana 4 times this year, and I plan to go again in January and in February. So bit by bit, I'm moving. but the main message is basically that we should all of us from the diaspora, from Africa, we should all have a mind towards Africa. This is where we are from, and this is where we most likely have a lot of opportunities, and we should make that effort to think about doing things in Africa, even if we don't move there fully, basically.
Awesome. I know a lot of people buy digital stuff, but I have a physical copy of the album here. Wolo
Yes.
sent me. Oh yeah,
Yes.
That's the album, Reggae Man by Tradition Man Wolo, and I'm not saying this because he's a friend of mine, but that song Come Home, I was listening to it one day driving home from work, and it just hits you hard. Let me play that, and we'll come back to Wolo before we roll out.
Yeah, man. Is it played?
Can't you hear the call from Africa? She wants you to help build a nation, build it on a strong foundation. I know that you just are trying hard to eke out a living. Back home, I know you will be even trying harder in this nation rebuilding. African, come home, come home to Africa. All black man, come home, for you have your roots in Africa.
We must rebuild our tradition of the one living in the nation. Together we set us a nation. Divided we form a nation. It's time for us to rise and shine. Put some life and joy in our life. It's only when we can come together. We live forever for together. Come home, come home, come home to Africa. All black man, come home, for you have your roots in Africa.
Music from the article selector, Tradition Man Wolo himself, man. Come home, come home, come home, come home. Nice. Wolo, do you have two different versions of this song?
Yes, I do.
Uh-huh.
The one on the album is different from the one you just played.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
the album one kicks a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good, but and the video,
Yes.
excellent, man.
Yeah.
Whose storyboard was that? Was it yours or was it the director?
It's a combination. It was me, the director T, and Heavy D. I first talked about it to Heavy D. He got in touch with director T, and so I told him what the vision of the song was. So he relayed that. When he sent me the storyboard that they had created initially, I was like, whoa. I was like, I'm getting on the plane. I mean, just tell me when I should get on the plane and come back to Ghana, because like they captured the vision very well, and Director T and Heavy brought a lot into the vision, and so from that point on, I just left them alone to just do it. I didn't try to tell them what they should do because I gave them the general vision. They took it and they run with it. I didn't want to mess it up. I just let them run with it. So all I did was during the shoot, I was an artist. Like I was an artist who was being, directed, basically. Yeah, exactly.
That's very cool, man. I don't want to take all the stories now because we'll talk again.
Yeah, man.
In a couple of shows. So
yeah,
all the best with the album. We'll keep streaming so we can get into the top 10 pretty cool.
Yeah, man. We need to get in the top 10.
Yeah, top 10. Where can we find the single? Where can we find the album? Can you share that information?
So the album is on every digital platform. So from Spotify, Apple, Deezer, Audiomack, Amazon. The CD is available on Amazon, or if you Google it, Tradition Man Wolo Reggae Man album CD, you will find a store that is selling it. So it's everywhere. Even if you go to China and you go to Tencent Music, Tradition Man Wolo is already there. So, anyway, just Google me, and you can get into, and you can get access to my music. You can also go to my Instagram at Tradition Man Wolo, and you'll find all my information there. There's a link to the album on all the platforms. So every digital platform.
Unbelievable. Charlie, can you imagine when we're back in the day learning for
it is tough.
Did you ever think you'd be an artist?
Yeah, tough to imagine, man. Tough to imagine. And we took several routes, right? Routes, and so exactly.
But you did it, man. You always wanted to be it, and you've
done
it.
I always wanted to be a reggae musician. That has been my goal. Yes.
Man. Well, Charlie, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I mean,
thank you very much.
I know you're living the life right now, exactly what you wanted to be. So thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Yes, 2023, I'll be back.
All right. Oh, yes, definitely.
Definitely.
2023, we'll have Tradition Man Wolo back on the show, man.
Yeah, man. All right. Thank you, man.
I'm too excited, man.
Yeah.
Come Home is the song. Come Home.
Yeah,
King Dofu, your boy that.
Can you hear the call from Africa? She wants you to help build a nation. Build it on a strong foundation. I know out there you just start trying hard to eke out a living. Back home I know you will be even trying harder in this nation rebuilding. Come home. Come home to Africa. Come home. For you have your roots in Africa. We must rekindle tradition of the one big family living in their nation. Together we stand as a great nation. Divided we fall in tribulation. It's time for us all to rise and shine. With some light and joy in our life. It's only when we come together, we live for and care for each other. Come home, come home to Africa. Come home, for you have your roots in Africa.
Tradition Man Wolo is his name. Come Home is the single off the album. Excellent, man. Robert Dub makes everybody excited.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Ralph is getting ready, and we'll be talking to him pretty soon. Our goal is to stay happy, mentally ready. Merry Christmas, man, Wolo. Thanks a million.
Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas.
I'll keep it in the Robert Dub vein, and then we bring in the dog pretty soon.
You hear the call from Africa. She wants you to help build a nation. Build it on a strong foundation. I know out there you just start trying hard to eke out a living. Back home I know you will be even trying harder in this nation rebuilding. Come home to Africa. Come home, for you have your roots in Africa. Come home, come home to Africa. Come home, for you have your roots in Africa.
Woe be unto those that shed innocent blood of your people. Whoa, oh yeah. Whoa, Jah shall clean out the bad deeds, yeah, and separate them from the good, cause the day of harvest is near. Whoa, Jah shall clean out the bad weeds, yeah, and separate them from the good, cause the day of harvest is near. Whoa. Woe be unto those that say they have Israel, and they are not. Woe be unto those that say they're Jews, and they are not. Cause they shall be cast away like the chaff that the wind drive it away, I say. Oh yeah, oh well, Jah shall clean out the bad weeds, yeah, and separate them from the good, cause the day of harvest is near. Whoa, 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 oh, Jah shall clean out the bad weeds, yes, and separate them from the good, cause the day of harvest is near. Whoa, 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 oh. Get to the black and white oppressors who have oppressed their children innocently. Oh yes, I say.
Akos AstraZeneca alongside King Dofu. A little rubber dub on a Sunday.
Let it fall and let it fall. Let Babylon fall. Jah shall clear.
Thank you, Jules. Thank you, Wolo.
Yeah, and separate them from the good, cause the day of harvest is near. Whoa, 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 oh, Jah shall clean out the bad weeds, yeah, and separate them from the good, cause the day of harvest is near. Whoa, 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 well, whoa, oh.
Okay, so last week, unintentionally, just before we're done with last week's show, the conversation delved into mental health awareness. We're off radio, we're off YouTube. We're just having a discussion on Zoom, and we had deep conversations about mental health. And then 3-4 days later, DJ Twitch, a popular DJ on TV, committed suicide. And so the conversation on mental health picked up again. And I could see comments on Facebook and posts on Facebook about what we really know and what we don't know. Are we even consciously part of the problem when we keep putting pressure on our kids? Are we struggling and yet culturally, have that difficulty of opening up, right? And we always talk about mental health awareness, I'll come and talk about it. What is it? It's the ongoing effort to reduce the stigma around mental illness and mental health conditions by sharing our personal experiences. But is that where the trouble lies? Sharing the personal experiences. And when you're sharing, who do you share to? There's nothing more painful than sharing certain things to people you trust, and then 2-3 days later, you find out that information is all over the place. And so you might tend to keep that information internally. And then what happens? Does that destroy you a little bit more? This and a lot more what I want to have a conversation with Dr. Ralph Monty about. And I haven't met Dr. Ralph yet, so this is the first time we'll meet him. And I hope I don't have too many questions to make Dr. Ralph uncomfortable. But I know that he would break it down. He would talk to us as best as he would. And as usual, I'll welcome questions from you on YouTube or on Zoom. You can type them in as you wish. We'll take a message from our sponsors, and then we'll have the conversation with Dr. Ralph right here on MQF. Okay, welcome again to MQF, where today we're talking a little bit about mental health. And our guest for this evening is from the University of Maryland, I guess. But I think I'll let Doc introduce himself. So welcome, Dr. Monty. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
It's great to be here. It was an honor to be asked to come on your show as well. But I am a psychologist at the University of Maryland. I work in pain management and rehab. So we see people with chronic pain, with chronic medical conditions. They're recovering from accidents, from amputations, from being paralyzed. So we see all sorts of people at our hospital.
Ah, that's good to know. Okay, I'll go straight to the point. When we talk about mental health, it's a broad umbrella, of course. I don't even know where to start from now. It's so broad that I don't even know where to start from. But I'll bring it from a cultural perspective. That most of us listening right now are from Ghana, and we were raised up in a certain culture where there are a lot of things that we don't open up to, right? So we find it difficult talking to people when we have struggles. And we just thought it was part of just growing up. You get out of it. You have a problem, you get out of it. Is that a weakness professionally?
No, I mean, like, so I think there's been a fallacy in not only in many cultures and societies across the world that just trying to hold it in and not acknowledge our feelings and just power through is a sign of strength. And that's not the case. You know, we all have our limits, and to hold it all in until you just explode and then you do something impulsive like kill yourself, like that leads to the risk. We're finding out more and more that these are actually feeding into the growing suicide rates across the world. Ironically, historically, suicide rates were highest among middle-aged white men here in the States. But, the World Health Organization just came out with recent data that Africa actually has the world's highest rates of suicide. So there's something to be said about this phenomenon across the world.
Really?
Yeah. And, I'm from the Philippines myself. So, in Asian cultures as well, there's a tendency to do the same, to you just sort of hold it all in, be strong, you do what needs to be done, you power through, you excel, and you do your best. But that's unfortunately led to a high rate of suicides in many Asian countries, like in Korea and in Japan in particular. So this is a worldwide issue.
Wow, that was eye-opening. I wonder if there's some socioeconomic issues connected to that. That's further research show that.
Yeah, suicide is complex actually. So there's the mental health aspect certainly, but there's also a lack of connectedness. People may feel alone. People may feel hopeless. People may feel trapped. People may feel that they have no help or support, or that they're facing, very dire and hopeless circumstances. And then all of that can lead to this breaking point where, in a moment of impulsivity, they just go through with it. And I sort of wonder what happened with DJ Twitch. It was very tragic what happened. But, the story went that he just took a cab from his house to a hotel and shut his phone off. And then that was that. And his wife reported that that was very unusual for him. So there was not really any warning. It just happened out of the blue, seemingly.
Doc, I mean, there are times where normally you don't feel good. You feel down. I don't want to say depressed. It's too strong a word. But you're not in a good mood, right? And so maybe you just want to go to bed early, or you don't want to talk to anybody. You just want to be on your own. What's the difference between that and something happening to me psychologically?
Well, when we speak with patients about depression, it's common to say, "Well, I feel depressed," or yeah, I get depressed from time to time. But when we say it that way, we mean we get sad, we get down. So depression is when you're down and you can't get yourself back out of that emotional hole. And there are many signs and symptoms of that. A person may be more moody, more sad, they may be more tearful or more irritable, they may withdraw more from other people, they may lose interest in the things that they used to enjoy. And so those are really the key signs of depression, where you are sad and can't seem to get out of that mode.
Wow, it's just, Doc, it's a little troubling. When When should we start asking for help?
That's you know, I wish I had one answer for that, but I think one of the things maybe that's good that's happening in our society across the world is that we're starting to have this conversation about just even asking for help. And so maybe it's not so much answering the question of when to ask for help, but just ask for help. When you feel like it's becoming overwhelmed or when you feel alone, it's good to reach out. Or when you notice a loved one seemingly acting not like themselves and you sense something's wrong because you know them, you love them, reach out to them and ask them if they're okay. Ask them if they are even having these thoughts because, you know, not talking about it, the research is finding actually contributes to the risk. So just being able to have that conversation can help decrease the risk of suicide.
That's crazy. I mean, oh, did I say that's? I mean, that's rough. I didn't mean to use that, but it's just I don't even know how to put it. Okay, I talked about the before the intro. Talked about trust factor. When you talk about talk to somebody, do we talk to anybody at all, or would you suggest talking to a professional right from the beginning?
I mean, it's always recommended to speak to a professional. You know, unfortunately, what you mentioned happens to a lot of people where they talk to somebody that they know, like a family member or a friend, and then they may not get the reception that they thought they would. And it just sort of deepens that sense of loneliness and hopelessness. So, professionals can certainly be helpful. Sometimes people, when I meet with patients, they sometimes say, I feel good speaking to you in this space because sometimes my family or my friends, they may not understand. Like they have their feelings as well about it. They do love you, they care for you, but they may not always be objective. So having somebody who's impartial may help you to open up a bit more. A counseling session, a therapy session, whatever you want to call it. You come into that room, that's your time, that's your space. It's for you to get it all out.
Do you find a certain cultural connection between those who come and then those who don't? Because I'm looking. Let me connect to. There's a TV show I used to watch a lot, The Sopranos, and Tony was main man of the house. Tony used to see a psychiatrist, but nobody knew, because if the information gets to Tony that he sees a psychiatrist, oh my goodness, the respect is all gone. I'm thinking of it in our terms that you don't want your people to know that you're going to see a psychiatrist. They might call you crazy. Is there does it show professionally that there are certain people from certain cultures that do not want to go see a psychiatrist?
There's, I think, there's been cultures that have been historically more reluctant to pursue that. In the Black community, in particular, the African American community here, perhaps also in the African community, certainly in many Asian cultures, there's a reluctance to seek out professional mental health help because it's stigmatized. You're viewed as weak, you're viewed as crazy. But
we'll rather go to church. We'll go to a pastor.
Yeah.
For him to speak to us rather than seek the professional help.
Interestingly, there's some pastors that are also trained in counseling. There's a field called pastoral counseling where you have clergy who, they studied scripture, they were ordained, but they also undertake counseling classes, and so they also have skills as a counselor. So there are some of those professionals out there as well, but of course, it's always nice to encourage people to seek professional help, but I think any help. And then, it's all about connecting and then helping people feel like they're cared for. And then if they speak to, say, their pastor, and their pastor thinks, you know what, it might be good. It's good that you came to me. This is a sign. But perhaps this is also a sign that you need professional help. So you continue that chain of help and support, that chain of love.
Okay, Doc, let's create this scenario. I book an appointment with you. I find you online. I book an appointment with you, and I want to have a conversation with you. And I schedule an appointment, let's say Monday, 10 a.m. I walk into the office, and the first thing I tell you is, for the past 3 weeks, I've had suicidal thoughts, and I think I really want to kill myself. What would you tell me?
Well, we have to assess that very carefully to determine, what your risks are for actually doing it imminently. We also have a duty to protect as mental health professionals, but we try to take that duty very carefully. We can't just send everyone out. That might be the impulse, but just having that conversation with you will hopefully shed light as to what exactly is going on and what might help to decrease the risk for suicide before we even think about sending somebody to the hospital, which sometimes ends up deepening the sense of stigma around mental health, talking about mental health and suicide.
Somebody asked, how do we address the issue of, oh, my doctor does not come from Ghana, so he doesn't know what I'm going through. I'm come to Dr. Ralph, but he's from Philippines. He doesn't understand what I'm talking about culturally. Are there you get examples of that? You want to talk to somebody who's like, how do you handle a challenge like that?
I think we're in the mental health field. We also are training for multicultural treatments is heavily emphasized. So we just try to have that conversation. Just the fact that a person can acknowledge that in a meeting, is a positive, I think. That's how conversations start. And then from there, hopefully there's some understanding that's fostered during that meeting, or if need be, we have a duty to also help people find a therapist that they would prefer. So if there is somebody from Ghana, like a therapist or counselor from Ghana out there, we do our best to also try to help a person connect with that person, with that therapist. I think
people
that
we look up to, a lot of people we look up to are people who are in sports. See them on Superman, they play soccer, they run faster than everybody. And then an injury occurs and they are recovering. You don't hear from them for a very long time. The next thing you hear is depression. Is there a correlation between pain and depression?
So in the pain field, we talk about how depression and anxiety can increase the risk for chronic pain, for pain that stays. So, in the brain, there's a lot of overlap between the areas that factor into depression and then that factor into pain. So there can be a link. So when we talk about treating pain, we also talk about treating things psychologically as well, to go hand in hand with the treatment, the medical treatments for pain, with the medications and procedures, surgery, therapy, physical therapy, and the like.
Are there I know the answer is yes, but I'm going to ask you all the same. Are there some medications that make your situation worse?
In terms of suicide?
Should I say neurological? It makes you go insane. It makes you become something that you're not.
Yeah, there are plenty. I mean, medications can be abused just like any alcohol or drug. So, when people are drinking or using drugs, whether it's illegal or they're prescribed medicines, and they're abusing them, that can also be a risk that they are slipping into depression. That can be an increased risk for suicide as well. So, and people may not always realize they're engaging in that pattern.
So this stigma is huge, and that's why I think every year there's some mental health awareness. I think is the month of May or so, and because it seems that if people know that, or people associate you with some form of mental illness, they treat you a little differently, although sometimes it's not your fault. So you go to the hospital and you're filling out forms, and there are questions about depression and suicide. How do you know, or how can you tell that I'm speaking the truth or I'm not? I really have these symptoms, but I'm going to say no through it all. Are there certain trick questions that you guys use that will tell you that this guy's not being truthful?
You always get that gut feeling if somebody is not telling the truth. Ultimately, we have to respect what a person says. We can't read your mind. It'd be nice if we could, but
So we control the narrative.
you control the narrative. And I think that's the important thing to perhaps emphasize in any mental health. Like, it's all about you. When you come in for treatment, that visit is about you. The conversation is about you. You guide the session. But that entails a person, opening up and being a participant.
Okay, so I'm here with 2 people, 3 people. I suspect one of them is depressed. How do I get him or her to seek help without sound like I'm infringing or I'm intruding?
Just ask them if they're okay. It's important to ask, and it's important to be present there. Again, it's about being available. You also, if there is a concern for suicide, one of the things that are typically looked at for risk for suicide is access to any lethal means. So if they have guns, for instance, that makes the risk for suicide much higher. But it's about just asking, being there for them, and helping them connect, and following through. When you express concern, check in on them later. But sometimes it's just easy as just asking.
Guns. There should be no guns at home in the first place. Because it's I don't know, because if you go through an issue like that and you have access to any types of weapons, I think it probably makes your decision a little easier, right? So we'll stay away from that one. I'm still have a few questions about determining depression in a child. First, before I get to that, are we partly to blame if a child goes through that? For example, let's say a lot of our African parents always putting pressure on the young ones to be A students. A student comes with a report card, 4 A's, 1 B. First thing you say is, why couldn't you get 5 A's? All that. Does that lead to some form of depression and pressure, unhealthiness for a kid?
I don't think it can be that simple, because one, I don't think it's good for parents to feel like they take the blame for when their child is depressed. So that just feeds into the stigma. Okay. There are people that come from very, they come from good upbringings. They, their parents did well. They did not want for anything. Yet there's still, some depression that develops. So, how a person's raised may factor into the development of depression, but not necessarily. So I guess I just want to discourage parents from feeling like it's their fault, because it's not necessarily the case.
What are some of the signs we should look out for? To determine depressions in a child? What are some telltale signs?
Well, some of the big signs are certainly mood swings. If they are moodier, angrier, more irritable, if they're sad a lot and they're or don't seem to be able to manage their emotions as readily, like they just fly off the handle, or they just break down into tears, or if they just withdraw. If it's this sudden change that you notice in them, then that can be a telling sign. And also if they start to really speak openly about, feeling hopeless, feeling trapped, wanting to die. Those are some really key signs, not just for depression, but also, the risk for suicide.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, I saw the comment that there are some kids who are naturally moody. So yes, I can understand.
Yeah, that's true. So sometimes it becomes difficult to tell. All right. Now this one again. So circle of friends. And one of them is, always talking about things, struggle, a certain struggle. And you've told them over and over again to go see a psychiatrist, to talk to the psychiatrist. And they don't. What's the way around it then? If the person is not willing to go see a psychiatrist, what do? There's nothing we can do.
That's tricky because there's sort of a line where a person is able to do something. In many jurisdictions, a person can be sent for an emergency evaluation. Like that's if a person is, really, really showing the signs that they're in danger of not only hurting themselves or perhaps even hurting somebody else. But there's a process involved with that. But perhaps it's just a matter of being persistent and in terms of asking and being there and providing support, expressing your concerns, and you hope that you get through to them before they do something to themselves.
There's a question on Zoom about COVID. I mean, have we seen an increase in depression and overall mental illness since COVID, since the pandemic?
Yeah, that's a hands down yes. Yeah, we've and unfortunately, there's also been a much bigger shortage of mental health professionals since COVID because there's been an increase in depression, anxiety, mental health distress, and an increase for mental health services. So, it's all been compounded just from this pandemic.
What about the elderly? Do we see a lot more depression?
Yeah, there's a higher risk of depression and suicidality also in the elderly.
Really? I wouldn't have thought so. I thought the younger you are, the weaker you were in terms of this.
Or the younger you are, the more invincible you think you are.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh boy, it's just a tough time. Does the holidays increase some level of depression?
It
The holiday
can.
season.
Yeah, it can. It may be a time of togetherness, but for some people it may also be a time that emphasizes loss a bit more, especially when they've lost loved ones. There's also a seasonal affective component. During this time of year, depending on where you are in the world, as it gets colder, as it gets darker earlier, then people may also be at higher risk for depression which is called seasonal affective disorder. Your body just responds to the environment differently. Less light, less activity, and that can increase the risk for depression as well.
You're right, Doc. I don't like it when it gets cold. I feel sad, but I'm not depressed. It's just sadness. Just sadness. Let's see. I don't know if this will go, but has there been any connection between vaccines and mental health, long-term COVID?
Oh, you mean like the long-term symptoms of COVID?
Yes. I mean, and vaccines. Taking the vaccine leading to any levels of depression?
Well, the vaccines are relatively new, so I guess time will tell whether there's any such connection.
Time will tell. Oh, well, I hope we don't find anything. I hope there's nothing along those lines. Otherwise, a whole lot of us are going to get depressed right now.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so as well, that we don't find that out.
Cool. Oh, Doc, it's a conversation that goes on forever, and I wish sometimes the answers were yes and no, which make it a whole lot easier. But it's a tough one. There's a question out there: do the use of artificial lights help the seasonal affective disorder?
It can actually. Some people use light boxes to help manage their mood or to boost their energy during the winter months. So it is a form of therapy.
So if all this is there, and then you have people living in continents where it's all year round summer, why are we struggling with our numbers so high up there?
Well, suicide is complex. So it's not just about mental health issues. It may also be about, stress that a person is experiencing in life. So if, wherever you are in the world, if you're facing economic challenges or, social, social difficulties, then that can also increase the risk for suicide.
Oh boy, it's a tough topic. It's a tough topic. I mean,
But-
how do you feel listening to patients day in, day out?
I heard a colleague say this about our field, and this is our calling. Our calling and our job is to find the humanity in everyone that sits in front of us. So, that part I enjoy. And I hope that, when I try to do that and it fosters this sense of connection and comfort, that it helps, in some way, shape, or form. So,
It's a tough one.
and I guess I'm just happy to see that people are having these conversations. That's where it starts. The answers aren't simple, but we have to start it by talking to each other about it, and then we come up with the answers together.
Yes, definitely. Have you seen a lot of people talk about it now? Is it, I see the topic a whole lot. Are you seeing people opening up more to discuss mental health across all cultures?
Yeah, I
Across
think
all cultures?
there's been an increased openness to speaking about mental health. And it's things that happened in society, people speaking up about their mental health, athletes, celebrities, politicians, but also things unfortunately that happened, like DJ Twitch, years ago, Robin Williams, that open up the conversation more.
Why is it like, it seems like all the happy people, Robin Williams, Twitch, there was a Miss USA, there's the guy who did the food stuff on CNN. The seemingly happy people seem to have problems with it. Are they hiding something behind that happiness?
Possibly. I guess, well, we can really not, we can't really ever know, but that's likely. And you hope that when you can open up the conversation about the subject, then you can help them feel more comfortable about sharing, so that way they don't have to hide.
Doc, let's say I'm not depressed, but I'm just feeling moody. Can I come to your office and have a conversation? Is that allowed?
Yeah.
And then you can listen to me and tell me, my friend, go away. It's just a one-time thing you're feeling. Is that a possible answer, or you're going to find a problem with me and say there's a problem with you?
If a person comes to me and they share about their experience, probably the most common example I run into is when they're grieving somebody who they lost, and they come and they talk about, they're sad here and there, they still feel angry, and we talk about that as, that's grief, that's normal, that's part of the process. So a person can come see a mental health professional and be told, what you're experiencing is normal. And oftentimes that can be relieving, because they come and think, okay, I'm not crazy.
I was just thinking whether that helps or actually hurts. Like, what I'm going through is normal, but then I know what I'm going through, and I feel cold, I feel sad, I feel down, and yet the doc is telling me that it's pretty normal.
Well,
so
I guess,
so that tells me that I'm not crazy then, that I'm okay, that I'll get over it, that I'm not the only person going through it. It will pass.
Some people, I mean, some people they'll have that conversation. We talk about it to normalize their experience, and sometimes that's therapeutic, and then they come back and talk some more.
Doc, you talked about stress and all that. So I'm thinking every month I'm paying so much for every single bill. I've spoken to a friend of mine. He or she says I should speak to a professional. That's an extra bill. It's the bills that are making me depressed. Now I'm going to see the doctor to get an extra bill to make me feel better.
I've had some people come and say that, and that they said, "Oh, this is expensive." I'm like, you know what? I don't want to add to your stress, but so you don't have to come back if it's that much of a hardship. I'm not trying to add to your stress, but you know where to find me if you do need the help. And
Doc, in other words, when you have money, come back.
or change your insurance plan.
Change your insurance plan. Are there movies or type of music you can probably recommend to people to watch and feel better? Is it professionally, or that would just be a personal?
I think that's more of a personal thing.
Okay.
Anything that brings you joy is good no matter what.
Okay. I want to go back to my sports guys, because it's hard. It's hard seeing people who were the main men, they were the quarterback, they were the point guard, the whole school, everybody looked up to them. And then a simple leg injury, knocks them out, and suddenly you can't recognize them anymore. They're talking to you, and a twinkle in their eye is gone. What do you tell somebody to bring that joy back to them, especially if his career ended? So let me even paint a better scenario. You're 21 years old, college second year. The future is bright because you're looking at it professionally. Injury comes, hits you up. The professional career is gone. Academically, you are not too strong. You have to find different alternatives. And now I'm sitting in front of Dr. Ralph. I'm crying my eyes out. I'm even fed up with all this medication. I think it's even making me go insane. I'm talking to you. What are you telling me to do?
We run into that scenario actually where I work, because we're at the rehab hospital. So we get people whose lives have been changed by accidents or injuries or surgeries. And, it's a process adjusting to that. It's a process grieving the life that you lost, but it's also a process to see through the rehab if you can get back to that life in any way. So I don't think there's one thing that you can really say to a person. You just help them along in that process. You support them to try to see if they can, or if they can, find another way in life to adapt. And that's the hard part. The hard part is figuring out what do you do next.
That's what I was going to say, Doc. You really tell to them straight up, like, you have to find another path.
Well, not that straight up, but yeah, it's all about timing.
Yeah, I was watching. We were just watching the World Cup. We just ended, and we're seeing the good old Cristiano Ronaldo, who seems to not accept that Father Time is taking over. He's not as quick. He's not as strong. He's not as viable as he used to be. And somebody passed a good comment that he might be going through something, not being able to accept that I'm not the man that I used to be. Is that a good candidate to talk to a professional?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because he could, he's going through some transitions in his life, trying to figure out, okay, what's the next step for him? Where does he go from here? And sometimes it's helpful to speak to somebody, bounce your ideas and thoughts off, to express your feelings to help you get your bearings. Ultimately, he's the one that's going to have the answers to what to do next, but sometimes we all need a little guidance to be able to get there.
Doc, my final question, and I wish I could get a yes or no answer out of this one, but how do you determine whether to send a patient for counseling versus medication?
Ideally, you can have both.
Hmm.
You know, a lot of it is preference. So I see many people who are like, you know what, I really don't want drugs. It's like, okay, so let's see what we can work on without them. So it's about personal preference, but you know, the research literature shows that the most effective treatment when it comes to mental health is a combination of medications and psychotherapy. That's been consistent in the research.
Medications scare me, doc, because of the so many numerous side effects. It's a bit scary. It's not. Should it be a first choice? Counseling comes first before medication, or you still believe in a side by side?
I'm inclined to lean more towards maybe counseling first, because you have a chance to talk. You have a chance to really see what is underlying the problem. You know, a pill won't fix things. A pill will just help you be in a better state of mind to be able to tackle the problems in front of you, which you do on your own or with the support of others, or perhaps with the support of counseling and therapy to sort of help you figure out a path. But, you know, pills don't fix problems. People fix problems.
Yeah, and I'm sure, I mean, there are different side effects for different medications. Who knows what is what. Doc, so in a nutshell, let me see if I can summarize what you said. So the doctor says you can be stressed out and it can lead you to feeling depressed. It can happen when the weather is cold. So all it means is stay away from Christmas, stay away from the cold, stay away from Christmas shopping, be in a temperate climate, go to Ghana, then you'll be happier, right? Doc, no Christmas, temperate solution, chill at the beach, no presents. That should put a smile on our faces, right?
Well, you know, in Australia, Christmas is in the summer, so you could have Christmas in the summer.
Oh yeah, it's summertime in Australia, right? Oh yeah, Ghana to have a smile on that. Cool. Working out for people who go to the gym, does it help?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it helps out physically and mentally as well. So exercise has been shown to be helpful with depression.
Okay, but one size doesn't fit all. Because I know stories of people who are 100% fit and then still go a different route. Oh boy.
Yep. So it's complex, but you know, as long as people are having the conversation and asking and supporting, then you know, hopefully it will all help us all to address this issue and to perhaps help prevent people from committing suicide and getting the help that they need.
Well, all I do each and every Sunday is play music, and I hope through that channel we'll be able to put smiles on people's faces. Thank you, Doc, for joining us and making us feel we still have millions of questions, and I hope that you've helped us open our minds to think out a little bit. So thank you so much for all that. And if there are any further questions, we can reach you, right?
Certainly.
Okay. Dr. Ralph Monteiro is our guest for today, right here on MQF. Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Same here.
It is a sweet life, girl, coming in from the cold. Coming in from the cold. It's you I'm talking to. Well,
it's such a broad topic, eh? I could still ask 1,000,001 questions. Talk to each other. Underlining statement. I'm talking to Amos AB. I'm talking to lyrics right now.
Don't you know? Mother is open. Would you let the system make you kill your brother, man? No, Dread, no. Would you make the system make you
We'll come back after this and enter the Afrobeat session. Stay tuned on MQF.
make the system get into your head again? No, Dread, no. Well, the biggest man you ever did see was just a baby in this life. In this life. In this life. Oh, sweet life. Coming in from the cold. We're coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in. Coming in. Woo. Coming in from the cold. It's life, it's life, it's life, it's life, it's life, it's life, it's well, coming in from the cold. We're coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. Coming in from the cold. It's you I'm talking. Well, yes, you still about you I'm talking to now. Girl, why do you look so sad and forsaken? Don't you know when one door is closed, many more is open. Well, would you let the system get on top of your head again? No, that no. Would you let the system make you kill your brother, man? No, Dread, no. Well, would you make the system get on top of your head again? No. Well, the biggest thing you ever did see was I once a baby in this oh sweet life. Coming in from the cold. Coming in. Whoa, yeah. Coming in from the cold. We're coming in. Yeah. Coming in from the cold.
You're in the mix with DJ Fish Show.
So many reasons why I want you for you, my love. Now you want to retire with my love. See all the little good things you do, they make me no. This distance is taking a hold of me for sure. Baby, come closer. I want to make me dance. Girl, I want to make you no. I want to make you no.
Hey, Dr. Wright is on there. Thank you for giving me Dr. Rav. I hope he made you proud. He sure was good to listen to. Kindofu, Akosia.
Should be not this kind of things where they make man see ya. And me, I understand. Say your dad know like me. See me, I won't make you know. Say me there for you, cara. And if not, you price me that. I'm for I go see ya. I never traded you for nothing. This love will make me the jack machine. Without you, I don't break to love. Without you, I'm not gonna tell me with this all bingo. I never traded you, baby. This love will make me the starting. No. I'm not gonna tell you what's up, bingo. I want to make me the I'm not gonna want to make you. Baby, I'm gonna make you. Oh, baby, oh, no. Oh, no.
na chukwa gozi como onya no me you me. What am I looking for? Say my God, it don't mess me up. They giving me you, giving you me. Opposite key fell like just your son. Opposite key fell me just your me. My baby, you know say you got love for me. I do go. When I call your name, shakara for me. No, man. I'm gonna be your you gon' be my Julie. No, man. I'm gonna be your you gon' be my Julie. Give me your heart, I don't go run away. Show me your love, I don't go use you play. Carry me, go me, I go follow away. Follow you, oh. Me and you. Okwamona, keep my baby. Me and you. Okwamona, keep my baby. Opposite keep and just yourself. Opposite keep and me just me. My baby, you know say you got love for me. I do go. When I call your name, shakara for me. No, man. I'm gonna be your you gon' be my Julie. No, man. I'm gonna be your you gon' be my Julie. No, man. I'm gonna be your you gon' be my Julie.
Not the finish, oh, eh. Every day different wahala. Problem not the finish, oh, eh. I just wanna party every day. I just wanna party every day. So pass me the dutchie. Pretty girl, come wine pon the cocky. 10 toes, one girl, make you touch it. Pass me the dutchie. Pretty girl, come wine pon the cocky. 10 toes, one girl, make you touch it.
Pass me the dutchie. Pretty girl, come wine pon the cocky. Grind on me, bust it down like you love me. You want it, touch it, squeeze on it for me. Ooh, yeah. Bring it to me, sit it on my lap all day. Wanna bring your girlfriend, that's okay. Wanna take you to my place. Give me the ba we on our way. She came with you and then she seen my face. Left for me and now your girl no trace. Well, come around, you wanna ruin my day. Roll it up, okay.
Pass me the dutchie. Pretty girl, come wine pon the cocky. 10 toes, one girl, make you touch it.
Pass me the dutchie. Pretty girl, come wine pon the cocky.
I like this guy too much, man. Kitty. This is the remix with Tiger.
Yeah. Shut up and bend over.
And of course, he's done a current remix of this song with an artist from India.
Let your back do the talking.
Big boy, Kitty.
My life, I want to be happy. I want to dance and party to the rhythm of my body. I just wanna party every day. I just wanna party every day. So pass me the dutchie. Pretty girl, come wine on the cocky. 10 toes, one girl, make it touch it.
Pass me the dutchie. Pretty girl, come wine pon the cocky. Grind on me, bust it down like you love me. Wanna show time, squeeze on it for me.
Shake your time, yeah. Shake your time,
Shed your dye, yo. Shed your dye, me. You made me so beautiful. Shed your dye, me. Made my life so meaningful. Shed your dye, me. Midian coming to me, baby. Ah, me came me home. Many just one in a sun. None come see me, no be more. We say, order pa, and we in a pan. Shasha, me, yapido. Come send me tinka. Woman, come move. In cabini. You see your door. Ah, me, I'm shiva. Ebo me who say Mati, you see your door, but you gave me a reason to let you stay. My life's never been the same since the day. Oh, I will never ever let you go. I will never ever let you go. I will never ever let you go. Oh, dear serious, I know. And it's just my come. Custom the debut good muscle. Shed your dye, me. Or people my rewardina. Or him and me teaching you then come. It's teaching you one of the come. Shed your dye, me. 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 Oh, you made me shed your dye, me. Oh, you made me shed your dye, me.
Let them know, say, bad man, I am blessed. I never fear no man, even though I walk through the valley of death. Oh, let them know, say, they can't touch my destiny. They can't come sit next to me. Them or them hit me, I go higher, higher, higher. Over me, over me. Let thy wings over me. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed. Over me, over me. Let thy wings over me. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed. Let them know, say, man, I'm blessed. of them no see, man I bless. All of them no see, man I bless. All of them no see, man I beyond every curse. Many men them I want make a fall. Jaja guide me so I stand tall. So tall at the highest mountain, and the river inside flow like a fountain. Who Jah bless, let no man curse, let no man curse. Who Jah bless. If you want try me, try me. If you want try me, Jah strike me. Over me, over. Let thy winds over. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed. Over me, over. Let thy winds over me. Oh, I'm anointed from the head to the toe, man anointed. Let them know say, man I bless. 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 Let them know say. Alongside you, na 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 na. To run to my more money, Charlie, and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no honey. More money, Charlie, and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no honey. Tin, 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 yeah. Me, I came and conquer the game. Me not come to play. Sexy girl, them sing my name. Tin, 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 yeah. Me, I came and conquer the game. Me not come to play. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my. We dey ball hard like he drove out. We going up, never go down. And we stay fly, never sober. Yeah, pull up in the Rover. Make the girl them wanna go mad. Pull up in the G-Waggy, oh my. Make your girlfriend wanna follow back home. Yeah. Kale sika ye pay, kwane dama jeans. Me see a day we yeah, but I share me dream. Hey, more than I know. I would like to pay more than I know. Can I know? I'm a you don't know. More money, Charlie, and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no honey. More money, Charlie, and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no honey. More money, Charlie, and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no honey. More money, Charlie, and enjoyment. At the top life regardless, cause trouble never gets no honey.
Oh, boom, ding, sweetie pie. Sweetie pie. Sweetie pie.
What
Baby, my fire body,
for your body, yo. Baby, mad for your body, yeah. Place for your body, yeah. Anything for your body, yeah. Girl, I wanna take you personal. Fight for your mother like a wrestler. Play for your body like a painkiller. Baby, your body na sisima. Obasima. Although you grab my yantina. Play for your body like a painkiller. Oh, yeah, sweet to your body na sisima.
Yeah, see my baby make her realize. Say the groupies and the side chicks so them be lies. They wear bikini intentionally to show ties. Nobody compared to my baby cause they be low price. They get anybody in a boy see be friendly tundra. Now the go swing kemo da memo da di lumba. Made the mess up cano crack Jimmy Gunsa. Happen that me fear cause I do be a me boompa. Yeah. Boys see the so point and I'm swimming down how shape it is a uniform. Said the private coach it is a backpack. Cause niggas in meaning until I'm swimming in the form of what for the
for your mother like a wrestler. Play for your body like a painkiller. Baby, your body na sisima. Obasima. Although you grab my yantina. Play for your body like a painkiller. Oh, sweet to your body na sisima.
Yeah, you see the way you give me better love. So what you get mommy and I give it a rock. I want to marry you till I be boo prayer was. My member rock you down cause it's in the key cross. The testimony, if you wanna bend your time. What's on switch you would you look around at your size. What you want and you know be money no be high. But what would they do? Let me in the eyes. Finally now we'll bet you my coma like the Holy Ghost. And can I be too up and let me to go. Yeah, it took me so long to get you to this dark and way I will never let you go with dollar.
For your body, place for your body, sing for your body, sing for my body, my lady. For your body, place for your body, sing for your body. Girl, I wanna take you personal.
Yeah, my bro, ni manu mi, bana mkutame kura, attention you. I'm a bomb and I may find I know my friends, my quint. Fear me near be franco. As I'm to Miss Sia, I cut your phone when as I'm to Miss Sia, what did not phone when I'm your woman and no time on the view. Better to see a dance. Papa needs someone to view. Did you know? Jimmy Woo, in the Manumie, Banam Kutame Kura, in the Manumie, Banam Kutame Kura. I attend to you, a Mampomiana me a day. I attend to you, a Mampomiana me fine. Jimmy Woo, Jimmy Woo, Jimmy Woo.
Show fear while again, Grandpa be the fear what would it chill. No rushing, what's a minute to then? At the be the devil coaching. Now we're aiming for one listen. Money no so anchor then. Into the jar with home. Roman father so I again. I will buy some pedal. One woman if so anchor then. What about my head in the bed? More the prison so on ye then. Naked men in Palia, and you win me, you. Baby, baby, say, baby, the duty. Nada when I'm here, so. Feel so be now, I say, baby, this is a new deal. Until what they to done, what will be no need on the inside. Obisu want to Muado, so they be all than a yamia safe. It's a 1 power, dinner, you, mother much so I had then.
My God be my provider, He be my protector. Somebody go higher, yo baby I need Babeka. My God be my provider, He be my protector. Somebody go higher, oh yeah. Me nyawo bi ampo body, I don't do them anything. People say me another day, if you wish me well, I wish you well. Me nyawo bi ampo body, I don't do them anything. People say me another day, if you wish me well, I wish you well. Eva, Eva, I still dey fight for the paper. Love me now, no be later. No be later. Eva, Eva, I still dey fight for the paper. Love me now, no be later. Yeah. Nana nyami kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama. Nana nyami be kebi mama, kebi mama. Nana nyami kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama. Nana nyami be kebi mama. Me nyawo bi ampo body. I don't do them anything. People say me another day, if you wish me well, I wish you well. Me nyawo bi ampo body. I don't do them anything. People say me another day, if you wish me well, I wish you well.
You munyai, would you make it come and once I see Baby call with a stolen mic? Ubi see my phone coming here, can see na two bin pie. Ubi banya machine, and we destroy the soul inside. My baby, I'm on a monkai.
Shame on you, I pray my God go favor you. What we do be deja vu, Omunya and Kefie do. Shame on you, I pray my God go favor you. What we do be deja vu, Omunya and Kefie do. Nana nyami kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama. Nana nyami be kebi mama, kebi mama. Nana nyami kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama. Nana nyami be kebi mama. Me nyawo bi ampo body. I don't do them anything. People say me another day, if you wish me well, I wish you well. Me nyawo bi ampo body. I don't do them anything. People say me another day.
What is the what to the end of Sabeka? What go on to the end? What I do? Ya din soon for a man. We need all down the wall. We need one of them make up. We hope on the my no. Sorry da one to. Me too, me cow, me need what them. Me cow, me need what them. Which me come. My journey to one of us, penny. My son got one of our elder.
Hey. Odo Ashenika Odebeda. How? Come on, man. Winter time, pa. And then you Atinga, one of my favorite tunes from Nana to 4. All right, we talking about our vendors coming in through today. We had Jules with Jules Collection earlier on. Try to get Hot Wise, couldn't get him on. Who knows, maybe we'll get him before the evening is over. Tradition Man Wolo was here talking about his reggae album. And to my right, and on your screen right now, she looks familiar. She looks familiar, man. Anytime I play this song, I remember Belinda. Thinks it's smart armor. But every time, Atinga, you're Atinga. Live! And what's she doing for Christmas? Well, she usually does her stuff in the kitchen as we open up the home on 25th for a lot of friends and family. But that's not what she's here to talk about today. And as soon as she has the mic ready, we'll vibe with Belinda pretty soon.
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, cool. I got like I start with everybody. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Well, actually, that's a lie. It's just a classic response to how are you. I've nursed a headache since I woke up this morning. It didn't help that France lost, but you know, I've taken some medication, but somehow because in the house, the headache just won't go away.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. Dr. Ralph broke it down for us. Okay, are you depressed?
No, I'm not depressed, thankfully. I was just feeling deflated. I think when most Ghanaians say they're depressed, they actually mean they're deflated. So that's what I feel, or that's what I felt this morning when France lost. I was still happy for Messi. I think he deserves it. And Mbappe is still young, and you know he'll still get a couple of World Cups under his belt. So that's good.
Okay, so it's cold. It's the holiday season. You're not depressed.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sad, are you?
No, I'm not sad. I'm actually very happy. Christmas is my favorite time of the year, so I'm very happy. I work myself into a frenzy during Christmas. I bake, I cook, I do everything. I clean, you know. So yeah, that's good. I'm excited. It's Christmas.
So we can confidently say that we don't need Dr. Ralph in this house today.
No, thankfully, we don't need Dr. Wright.
All right, not Dr. Wright.
Dr.
Ralph.
Dr. Ralph. No. My first point of call when I'm feeling down is God, and so far he's worked. So let's hope I never have to pay money to Dr. Ralph. And if you don't have God, then sure, Dr. Ralph will be there for you. Yes.
All right, cool. What's up? Why are we talking to you today?
Because you told me.
Oh Lord have mercy.
I had to be.
What kind of answer is that?
Because you told me I had to be on the show. So. Here I am. I did say I'm always on the show. I'm dancing, but you said today I had to be here as a professional. So I'm here. Here I sit. It's a shame that I didn't get the memo early, so I couldn't fix my hair, and I just slapped on this cap.
All right. So we're here to talk because of your books.
Yes.
Which,
yes.
It's been a year out now. How have you felt about the feedback?
Oh, it's been very good. It's been very, very good. I've had a lot of kids who have picked professions just by reading the book and getting interested. You know, it's a picture book for the most part. So they look at it and they say, oh, this is cool. I like this pilot. I think I'm going to be a pilot. And so I still like to push it since Christmas is mostly for kids. Well, it's for all of us, but kids seem to enjoy it the most. I think it's the time that we should all be considering giving gifts of books to children. By all means, they get all the gifts in the world, toys, electronics, and everything else, but the value of books can never be discounted, and a good book does not need to be discounted. So here I am to tell you this is a great book to give to, your children. If you don't have young children anymore, that's fine. You probably have a godson, goddaughter, granddaughter, grandson. I don't know, the neighbor's son, the neighbor's maid's son, daughter. We all know kids. So by all means, when you write your Christmas list, which you should have done by now, make sure it includes a book. It's not late yet. You still have today is the 18th. So we have 6 days to Christmas. You still have some time to add a book to it,
Okay, and where we're available?
It's available on Amazon or Book Nook in Ghana or Citrus
Bookstore.
Book Nook bookstore in Ghana or Citrus bookstore in Ghana. And by all means, you can call me, WhatsApp me, email me, FaceTime.
FaceTime?
No. What is it? Facebook.
You're not on Facebook.
Facebook Messenger, my husband. Instagram, and I can ship it to you in the United States. And for this season, I can ship it for free on my dime, guys, on my dime. So do it now. Add this book to whatever gifts you're giving to your favorite kid.
Okay. What has been the most exciting thing to you about the book as far as its reach?
Oh, yes, I've gotten pictures. I've gotten every time. What has happened is with this book, a lot of people have bought to give us gifts. A lot have bought to donate to orphanages. Some have bought to take to their old primary schools. Others have bought to take to what I wanted to do was to get the book to the remotest part of Ghana. And I've gotten some help and I was able to get some there. And so what I've loved the most is when I receive pictures of these kids that normally would probably never ever see this book, that are reading the book and they're excited about it. I'm happy that we can be part of expanding those brains. It's very important that we expand the kids' brains. So I'm happy that we can be part of their life's journey. Reading this book would excite them. It would cause them to be curious and ask questions, and will help them to dream about certain professions that maybe they would never think about. So yes, that has been the exciting part about this book for me.
So I know it's been in various locations here in the US. It's been to Ghana, of course, it's been through quite a number of regions. It's been to Asia.
It's been to Asia, yes. There were these Asian kids who were reading it in class excitedly. So yes, I would love to get it into every country, every remotest corner that there is. It's so universal that I don't think that you have to be some particular be from some particular culture to benefit from it. I believe every kid can benefit from this book.
Okay, so this January we're having this function at the orphanage on January 4th, and we are giving them books, right?
Yes, and I'm grateful that we get to bring some of these books to those orphans. Yes.
Are you donating books to us, or are we purchasing?
You're purchasing, and then I'll donate a percentage to you as well.
Okay.
Yes, I'll be happy to do that. Yes.
Yeah, MQF will purchase some of your books, and you give us a few more to...
Yes, I will. Yes, I'll happy to do that. Of course. Anything for the kids. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, in a perfect world, I'll give it all to you to give to them, but it's not so perfect. So
good. So let's see the books again. Scan through a few
here they
pages
are.
of those.
Yes.
When I grow up, what's your favorite career? What's your favorite career in there?
What's my favorite career? It keeps changing. I believe at a point I thought it was the homemaker. I still think it is. I feel like if you stay at home, you get a bad rap, like I've always said. But at the same time, I think that it's very important what they do. It's a shame that some of us still go to work and still come home and still make the home. But I hate that they feel like they are not appreciated. So I think that's my favorite profession in the book.
There's a comment on YouTube from Abna Buje. I think Abna is in Chicago, in the Illinois area. Says, I read this to my students and they really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Abna. I know you bought a whole lot to give to some schools in Ghana. So,
yes.
so thanks for that.
Yeah.
So Homemaker was one of the favorite ones you're working on.
Yes.
And you have the hard cover as well, right?
I have the hardcover. Yes, I think the libraries have preferred that. I got a chance to speak to, I think, Montgomery County, one of their educationists there, and she was very interested in the hardcover because we know how kids maltreat books. Let me put it that way, especially books that become their favorites. So with the hardcover, they get to keep it for a very long time. Yes.
Okay. Can you let the audience know how extremely supportive your husband was about your books and how caring and dear he is to, for those who wouldn't know who your husband is, just say something nice about.
So my husband is a generally nice guy.
Really? That's all?
Yeah, that's all.
Add more for those who don't know.
That's all. He's been very, very supportive. I'm not on Facebook, and he takes it upon himself to, advertise for us and put us out there. And
sounds like a
each
good guy.
time I have to send books to Ghana, he's more than happy to carry them. And
What? He takes your,
he takes
like excess luggage. He carries it just like that. He doesn't complain.
That's that too, right?
My husband is a good guy.
Yes, my husband is a good guy, but for everything that he does with the promotion of the book, there's one thing that he did that touched my heart. So one time he took the books to Ghana. He was staying at his friend's place, Villandro at airport, and the cleaning lady had been to the room to clean a few times. And then one morning the cleaning lady comes in to clean, and he was there, and she was like, I will, this book is interesting. I don't know if she even spoke English or reads, but I think she gravitated towards the book because of the colors, right? So she said, I have a kid. How much is it? I want to buy one for my kid. I mean, the book is $12.99. In Ghana, I don't even know how much it was in cedis, right?
It was for 50.
But in Ghana, we have a discount at, I think, 50 Ghana cedis is what Book Nook was selling it for. And so my husband was like, you know what? I've been told to give these books belong to somebody, but here, take one, and gave it to the lady to give to the kid. Coincidentally, the next time he went to Ghana, he runs into this woman, and this woman is like, oh my gosh, my daughter loves the book. And, so yes, that made me pleased. He didn't call me to say, can I donate one book? He's like, I'm going to give it away. And if I have to pay for it, I will.
That's a very thoughtful husband.
Yes, a very, very thoughtful husband, and a thoughtful human being, because you could have made her pay for it, but you knew it wasn't necessary. And the kid needed to read the book.
So you would say he's a keeper, right?
He is a keeper. That's why he's still here. Otherwise, I would have changed the locks.
Oh, you'd have done with it.
Change the locks.
You're crazy. Cool. Well, we know there's a French edition coming
Yes,
up, right?
the French edition is nearly done. Like, it's done. I had my Ivorian friend read it. I needed native readers to read it and, tell me, okay, this is too technical, or this is too, theoretical. Just, use these other phrases. So my Ivorian friend was happy to do it for me. She reviewed it, but then, of course, I also needed the French to review it. So my French family are still reviewing it. Of course, they are also busy. So they tell me, oh, it's coming. But once I have the green light, we'll go to the publishers. So yes.
All right. So the English version will be, when I grow up, I want to be a pilot. The French one will be what?
When I grow up, I want to be a pilot.
Yeah.
You mean to say it in French?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this guy. Paco, leave me alone.
The microphone is working.
Why would you bother me like that?
Because I know it's second nature to you.
You always like to bother me like that, and I'm not in the mood today.
Somebody's asking whether
so je deviendrai un pilote quand je suis grand.
Hold on. Take your time. Je ne who?
Je serai un pilote quand je suis grand.
Je suis un pilote, je suis grand. I don't want to be a pilot.
It makes me say the same things over and over again.
I don't want to be a pilot in the room.
But that's what you said. You said, when I grow up, I want to be a pilot.
I know. I'm telling Anasa, I don't want to be a. He says you say this to me in the bedroom. In the room, I don't want to. Pilots you're too fast. No, I don't want to be a pilot.
Okay. So you want to say je ne travaille pas comme pilote quand je suis grand. Is that better?
Is that something nice? What did you say?
You said you don't want to be a pilot when you grow up, and that's what I said to you.
Oui, on peut. Right. Someone's asking if there'll be an Akan version or a Ghana. I know you're talking about a Ghana version.
Yeah. Yes, I have. People have reached out to me about doing the various languages. I know I promised to do the Ghana, but I haven't done that yet. It's not impossible. Let me put it that way. It's not impossible. I'm going to have to need some native Ghana speakers to do it, or native cheese speakers.
Yeah.
Native cheese speakers to do it. I mean, maybe it might help a kid, but yeah, we'll need them to speak and read English to be able to do those jobs. So
for those careers.
Yeah, we could do just copies just for the libraries, so
Pamphlets. Huh?
Pamphlets.
I don't know. Well, it's something we'll talk about. I'm just talking at the top of my head. A whole lot of languages coming out. Swahili, all that.
There are a lot of languages, and yes, if I have people who are even willing to partner with me, if they speak the language and they want to do it, yeah.
Well, thank you. I know you're very proud of. Well, you don't say it enough, but we're very proud of the work you've done with that book. We are proud of the work you do as an individual every day. And Merry Christmas to you. I mean, enjoy the holiday season. You've worked very hard. You deserve a break.
I do.
So what I did last night online, every time I like to learn something new online. So I learned how to do massages.
You did?
I learned how to do massages. Yeah. Online.
You did?
Online. So the goal is I need to submit a report. I need to submit a report. So I need to practice it. So I purchased some oils, very good oils at Mom's, a very healthy store.
Would it fix my headache?
Oh, that's my expertise, actually. It's fixing headaches. So that no problem. So Charlie, I got you. Atinga, bear, you're Atinga. Perfect segue for that. I love Christmas, don't I?
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. So here's the book.
Oh, that's a lovely book. All right, cool. So we'll come back. Sedgway, we'll come back a few minutes, and then it's over to Lillian, Nana, and Akosia, right?
I think so, yes.
All right.
Yes. And thank you, MQF, for buying these books for your orphanage.
Okay.
I'm grateful.
Right. Yeah, we'll do that. Definitely no doubt of the order. We'll do that. Cool. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just throw this out there? I've told you that the orphanage thing will be why do I mix up the month? January 4th in Ashalibo. So that's like near Adenta area. If you're an MQF fan and you're in Accra around that time, drop us a message, man. It would be nice for several of us to be able to be there for the party. There's a nice program being drawn. I've been very happy with the group, the MQF team over in Ghana, all the work they're putting in together to make this happen. So if you'll be in Ghana over the holiday season, that January period, it'll be cool. Get in touch with Nana Sapon, Charlene. We'll make it a fun event. All right. We'll be back very soon, talk about the MQF Heart Project and what it entails.
I wanna be in your life until the night is over. I wanna hold you so tight, coming closer. It's been a hell of a ride, but every single moment you were there by my side. Whenever I'm broken, you make me feel whole. Whenever I'm lonely, you're there for my soul. Wherever you are, girl, that's where I call my home. Whenever you doubt it, I'll be letting you know. Oh, girl, I want to be dancing with you forever. You see through the storm and take me as I am. Baby, it's magic anytime that we're together. I make I just love you and hold you for my hand. Hold you for my hand. Hold you for my hand. Hold you for my hand.
Over and over again, yeah, my love is burning, babe. Feels like time is frozen and the night is for us. We're alone again, every moment's golden, yeah. Feelings I've been holding in, it must be love.
Whenever I'm broken, you make me feel whole. Whenever I'm lonely, you're there for my soul. Wherever you are, girl, that's where I call my own. Whenever you doubt it, I'll be letting you know. Whoa, girl, I want to be dancing with you forever. You see through the storm and take me as I am. Baby, it's my magic anytime that we're together. I make her just love.
Music from Burna Boy alongside Ed Sheeran. Maureen, I know that's one of your favorite songs, and that's why you see her on screen. Lyrics and Anita, this song reminds me of you as well.
Hold you for my hand. Hold you for my hand. Hold you for my hand. I wanna be in your life until the night is over. I wanna hold you so tight, coming closer. It's been a hell of a ride, but every single moment.
Hey, Otuko.
By my side.
Thank you.
Whenever I'm broken, whenever I'm lonely, you're there for my soul. Wherever you are, girl, that's where I call my own. Whenever you doubt it, I'll be letting you know. Oh, girl, I want to be dancing with you forever. You see through the storm and take me as I am. Baby, it's magic anytime that we're together.
Dr. Ryan.
I think I just love you and hold you for my hand. Hold you for my hand.
Me.
Hold you for my hand.
Over and over again, yeah, my love is burning, babe. Feels like time is frozen and night is for us. We're alone again, every moment's golden, yeah. Feelings I've been holding in, it must be love.
Whenever I'm broken, you make me feel whole. Whenever I'm lonely, you're there for my soul. Wherever you are, girl, that's where I call my own. Whenever you doubt it, I'll be letting you know. Oh, girl, I want to be dancing with you forever. You see through the storm and take me as I am. Baby, it's magic anytime that we're together. I make her just love you and hold you for my hand. 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 I wanna be in your life until the night is over.
Grips on your ways, front way, back way. You know that I don't play. Streets not safe, but I never run away, even when I'm away. OT, OT, there's never much love when we go OT. I pray to make it back in one piece. I pray. That's why I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me.
Baby, I like your style.
Strength and guidance, all that I'm wishing for my friends. Nobody makes it from my ends. I had to bust up the silence. You know you gotta stick by me. Soon as you see the text, reply me. I don't wanna spend time fighting. We got no time and that's why I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me.
Another banger, baby, calm down, calm down. Yo, this your body, it makes my heart fall lockdown, oh lockdown. Yo, you sweet life, phantom. If I tell you say I love you, you know they for me, young girl, oh young girl. No, tell me no, oh, 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 oh. Baby, come give me your lo, 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 oh, 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 oh. You got me like whoa, 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 whoa. Shawty, come give me your lo, 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 oh, 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 oh. I see this right they do too much, but this girl mellow. Now in my divine situation, I go use they tell I'm mellow. Finally, I find way to talk to the girl, but she ain't no one follow. Who you gonna phone for one? When you know I call for one, then I start to feel a bum bum one. But she dey give me small small one. I know, say she's a bit pass it down one. But she feeling insecure, cause her friends go they come my light ring go on. Go they come my light ring go on.
Yeah, I know we look shy, but for you I get down low. And my hips make you cry when I'm moving around you. Do it once, do it twice. I push back, you hold me tight. Get a taste for a night. Baby, show me you can calm down, calm down. Dance with me and take the lead now, lead now. Got you so high that you can't calm down, calm down. Don't you ask, you know you're allowed, allowed. When it's you, I can't say no. Baby, give me low. You got me like Shawty gon' give me a As I reach my house, I see me got a small wall. As me I wake up, now she did my mind don't walk. Day one, day two, one of you folk go us. Now so me I go down, so me willing go walk. Got my hand on your heart now, I can feel it race. If I leave, then you say you can never love again. Wanna give you it all, but can't promise that I'll stay. And that's a risk you take.
Baby, calm down, calm down. Yo, this your body, it puts in my heart for lockdown, oh lockdown. Yo, you sweet life, phantom, phantom. If I tell you say I love you, you know they for me young girl, oh young girl. Not tell me no.
Hello. Oh, I need to look here. All right. So why do we have this London flyer on talking about June and we are in December? Well, as you know, every year MQF does this whole thing with orphanages in Ghana. Last week we came to you with an orphanage, Nyamidua, which we're going to be making a donation to, or first of all, start off with a holiday party in January. But the reason why we have this flyer on here is because we've decided that, you know, everything we do this year or next year, 2023, we tie it into a charity, make it a charitable event. So as we're going to London in June 17, the date is out, but there's more information coming on that. As we head to London, we want to make sure that we continue on that course. We make sure that everything that we do is tied into this charity. And that's why we have the English lady sitting on the screen right now. She goes by so many names. We like to call her Akosia AstraZeneca, Akosia Waterloo, Akosia what have you. And then she's also Akosia the wig lady. Today she doesn't have her wig on. But she's here to join me today. Actually, I'm going to hand it over to her as we continue to pitch this fundraiser that we started already. So Akosia, over to you. Let's see if we can hear you. Hey.
I think I'm on now. Can you hear me?
You know, it's doing your thing again. You know how you get that.
Oh, goodness me. Not when I'm about to. Just
today of all days.
Can you imagine the one day that I come into your homes with good intentions? What is going on?
You know, the last time, I don't know what we did. We did something. It's back on. Is it through your, I think the last time it was something with your laptop or your, it was something. It's off now.
Hold on.
If it continues to do, I'll have Fisho play a music and then we'll come back as you finish.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it still has the sound.
Oh God, I can't hear anything. Right. Let me just go through my phone. Let me just come off my laptop
Okay,
and go.
so we're gonna go back on music. We're gonna take it off for you so we can give you time to reconnect, and we'll come back to you.
Thank you, guys. Apologies.
Uh-huh.
And then let's take a Philip dance that. Telephone, you don't reach out, you don't reach. Hey, landlord no dey follow me, cause I house be my own. Chairman no dey bother me, cause I dey on my own. You see, campaign say you see. They were pay my yanka so they was CKE. We dey play by sizes, I know be a party. Yeah, it's a mellow ball and I ain't too much shy. We dey kitchen kudi. Hey, every day, money day, every day, party day, every day. Every day na holiday. Every day na holiday. Every day na holiday. Every day na holiday. Every day na you no get money. Oh, Shalewa, yedi sikale bakasa ma unyawa edi. Besi inewa, yedi sikale babe ya dibiba unyawa ego. Besi juwenyo no usenda. Besi juwenyo no usenda. Besi juwenyo no usenda. Double your hustle, a poor man no girlfriend. Hey, every day, money day, every day, party day, every day. Every day na holiday. Every day na holiday. Every day na holiday. Every day na holiday. Every day na holiday.
All right. Akosia, let's see.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it's much better now.
Right. I apologies to everybody, man. Right. So where were we? I mean, we're just it's a wonderful night, isn't it?
It sure is.
It's a wonderful.
Akosia, now you're frozen.
Wonderful night.
Okay, you're back.
I'm wondering why I'm coming into your. Well, as you know, I'm a lady of few many words. I tend not to say much. My actions have always spoken louder than my words. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I come to you with my heart, as the name suggests, Project Heart. Can you still hear me, Nana?
Yes, loud and clear.
So I'm coming to you with my heart filled with joy, filled with gratitude, filled with all sorts. We've had a wonderful night. As Nana said, in June, London will be welcoming most of you into our wonderful, wonderful city. We didn't bring the cap home, but we'll be bringing something else home. So London will welcome you. But before we do that, we're just hoping you can all help us on this.
Oh, she froze again.
This journey to continue to, I call them families. I don't like to say that. If you're wondering, oh, these guys is Christmas and they're asking for money and we're asking for donations and whatnot. Ask yourself one question. You might be saying, I'm not where I should be. No, nobody's near where they should be, but we are at least better off. We've moved. at least a little bit away from where we used to be. All we're asking you guys to do is the scenario is simple. For that cup of coffee you'd have bought on your way to work, for that brioche you'd have eaten, for that empanada you'd have bought, for the love of Messi, all we're saying to you tonight is just give a little bit, a little something. Every little bit helps. And as Dr. Ralph said, sometimes I think one thing he didn't mention, when you give, it does wonderful things to your mental health. Sometimes you don't know the channels to give it. We all go to church and do our kofi and nama and whatever offerings we do. What better way for the season for which it's given? This is the season to give. What better way to do? So what I charge all of you to do tonight, I know there's 50 people or 51 people, including myself, on this Zoom. My task is very simple. I urge, my minimum begging fee is for $20 or its equivalent, or £20 for those in the UK. UK don't let me down. So if all 50 of us, just for tonight, just to show for show that we do hear him, is a season of giving. So my starting fee with my begging bowl for Nyamidria, what an appropriate name for the charity that we're serving. Nyamidria, I mean, in my literal translation of my Americans, you know it. I mean, God having a tree as the center. So please, guys, just for tonight, Charlie, do me proud. Yes, I measure wig. Well, yeah, we are rough. I'll put the wig back on. Measure wig. But just a wonderful, just to give back. Let's just start with £20. How about that? Or $20 for the 51 of us on this platform, just for tonight. I know some of you have given. It feels like we're asking for so much. But for the little, for this Christmas, we're wasting so much food. I know most of you be eating turkeys that you wouldn't even want, chicken, whatever. So every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. I know you guys have gone above and beyond and done much more than we've asked for. These are the various platforms that you can pay through. So for those of you in the States, you've got your Zelles, official70@yahoo.com. For those of us in the UK and elsewhere, PayPal, official70@yahoo.com again. For Venmo, again, official70, Cash Apps. Nana, Cash App, what does it say? What is it saying?
It's a $sign and then Lils, LILLS.
Okay, you see, yes,
Then
until if
30,
I said the
33.
Lils, I probably would have said Rails or something. So I'll leave that to you. And for those of you in Ghana, so Kindofu and your team, just mobilize them. You've got your Momo account there to do that as well. So every little bit helps, guys. I know my Yamanayefe, you've already done it. You've done it. We've called on you numerous times. This is no different. But please, let's send these guys out to Ghana to really make a big party of it. So we come to you tonight just to say thank you, first and foremost, for all that you've done. But we continue. It's not a destination, it's a journey. So please help us on this journey and to wish for show the most wonderful Christmas, no? Just for tonight, for one night only, we did $20. And for all you Argentina supporters, $50. For Belinda, for France, make 100. So near top, Pito Biama, Mbappe, and all those people. So we can make that work. So it's a wonderful cause. So we're just coming into your homes, and guys, please don't let us down. Keep it coming. You might not be where you think you should be, but you are not where you used to be. Just remember that. So every little bit helps. Every little bit helps, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Akosia. So listen, Akosia, I just donated $20 just because of your pitch. You know, sometimes we take these things for granted, but using the right words, you know, sometimes when I'm involved in these charities, I'm thinking I'm giving my time, you know, I'm going to be there and that's my donation. And sometimes I don't donate, but today you have me donate 20 and it's not going to be the rest of it. I'm thinking that even before we go, I'm going to donate some more. So thank you for those words. And thank you for your sales pitch. And of course, with the English accent.
Oh, Debbie. I know you're English. Today we're eating croissants and
for France. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So that was it. Official. We're going to give it over to you. But again, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue to donate. As she said, you know, 20 pounds, $20. Those of us on YouTube, those of us on Facebook, those of us currently on Zoom, and those of us that are going to be watching during the week, just take it upon yourself to make a donation, because it's going to go a long way. Again, we're having the party on January 4th. As Fisho has said, it will be great if those of you in Accra can join us, so that we can go in our numbers and not only support them financially and with the gifts and presents or whatever it is that we take with us, but also with our presence. So thank you, and over to Fisho.
I spoke to the company that's bringing a trampoline and stuff. Yeah, it's funny. So I spoke to the company, you know, we're having a party for the orphanage, and we want to get, you know, some stuff for the kids. And so she recommended a bouncing castle and a trampoline. I said, yeah, cool, that's fine. And then she adds that I'm sure Nana Stapon will be on the trampoline. For a split second, I was confused. I didn't even know they watched or they know anything about MQF. I said, yeah, Nana said, no doubt he'll be on the trampoline. So if you want to see Nana Stapon jump on the trampoline at an orphanage in January, no insurance they got now. Are you going to jump?
I'm going to jump.
Oh my God. We'll do that, definitely. So thank you, each and everyone. Thank you. It's just what we tend to do for the holiday season. And actually, our plan is to do this first. Then later we have an in-depth discussion with the orphanage, get their plans for, you know, the way forward. And then what we intend to do in 2023, the event in London will also be geared towards that, or expanding what we intend to do with the MQF project, where we would speak to a lot of charities during the year, sieve through it and find out which one we can help a lot more, and then work with them for not more than a 2-year period. My goal is not to have one charity have our full attention for a 2-year period, but you know, every year, at least every 2 years, we can move on from one charity to the other. It's a long-term plan. We just started this with the impact of this program, and I'm always willing to listen to suggestions. I had a good meeting with Jules a couple days ago. I'm in the middle of a conversation with Dr. Wright, who's also, you know, giving me some recommendations on what to do and all that. So I'm always willing to listen to advice and recommendations and suggestions from each and every one of you. So thank you very much. I didn't realize time has gone so far. It's the last show in the year. Hey, unbelievable. We've come this far by grace, Powell. Wow. As usual, we'll end with a Christmas carol. But before then, let me just play this one. Handkerchief time. We've come this far by grace. December 2022. And thank you all of you. Thank you each and everyone for your support, starting all the way from last week. Ama Poku, Benjamin Yabua, Melanie Osetutu, Francis a champion, of course, Mr. Champion, Florent Ponsa, Thelma Tete, Ninette, Kaino Sebwati, and Maria Champion, Judy and Derek Boating, Georgina Wusu Mensa, Carlos Sebwati, Prebaka, Elsie Mensa. Ajwaidu Shum, Verlinda, Caleb Osebwati, Isaac Ando, Nanaya Ando, Francis and Barbara Wadiwa, Kevin Osebwati, RD Collection, Akosia Dakwa, Akosia Uswansa, Juliet Adesina, Juliet and George Mills Lutrot, Abigail, Ona Joyce Odamtinado, Belinda Sewusu, Kola Kujiku, Peter and Sylvia Kobwa, Paris a champion. And of course, all the new ones coming in. I haven't had time to go through it all, but I definitely will do that. Thank you so much. Otuko. Abba Forsen. AstraZeneca. Linda Sapon. Zarina. Kafui Poku, Benis Nate, my man, Alfred Sakifio.
Make some noise, come on, shout.
Marjorie Boafo. How are you feeling, Marjorie? Thank you.
Listen. I made it. Thank God I made it. I made it. I've come this far by grace. I made it. Thank God I made it. I made it. I've come this far. Everybody say, I made it. Thank God I made it. I made it.
People. All right, family man. End of year.
So this it. I made it. Thank God I made it. I made it. I've come this far by grace. I made it. Thank God I made it. I made it. I've come this far. Everybody say, I made it. Thank God I made it. I made it. I've come this far. Everybody say, I made it. Thank God I made it. I made it. I've come this far by grace. I made it. Thank God I made it. I made it. I've come this far by grace. I made it. Thank God I made it.
I made it. I've come this far by grace. Words of the song. But it means a lot to each and every one of us that we've made it this far in 2022. Not by our choice, not by our might, but by His grace, and we are grateful for that. To the several of you who keep logging in each and every Sunday, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, each and everyone out there. To our Zoom family, thank you. To the YouTube family, thank you. To the Facebook faithful, thank you. To our family over carrying us live in Accra, or that year radio, thank you. Afrostar Radio and all management, thank you. To our wonderful sponsor, Remitly, for being faithful throughout the whole year, 2022, thank you. Together we've done this journey with you. Enjoy the holiday season, each and every one. Dr. Ralph did tell us that it could be a tough time for people. But we're counting on the Facebook or the MQF family that let this time be a joyful time for each and every one of us. Happy holidays from each and every one of the MQF team. From Belinda, from Lillian, from Peter, from Paul, from Adrian, from Nana Sapon, from Sylvia, from Paco. Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. What is Christmas without Jesus Christ? It's a holiday full of stuff. Money and stress, teaching kids, greed sometimes. Some people are just saying enough. Love one another, our Savior said. It's all about love and not things. Let's teach our children to serve and create the real joy, that true Christmas brings. Merry Christmas, each and every one. Have a wonderful holiday. From all of us here, from our homes to yours. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long may the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared, and the soul felt its burn. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine. Oh, night divine. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus praise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Then ever praise we. Noel, Noel, oh night divine. Noel, oh night divine. Noel, Noel, oh night divine.
All right. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. From ours to yours. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And thank you for everything in the year 2022. God bless you all.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Next Sunday, I'm sure somebody will turn the camera on. We'll go live. We'll all be here, but there won't be. It won't be an official MQF program. So thank you. Yeah, Zoom. Paul, let me turn off.